What's good, my peopleizations? I missed you guys for the last, 72 hours or so. My peopleizations, we back in the building. We had an interesting weekend of the sport of boxing. We got a lot of news that came out, my peopleizations. We got a lot of news, a lot to get into today, my peopleizations. Okay, first things first, y'all see the topic at hand. According to reports, Terence Crawford. Well, they stated that he refused to sign the contract, right? That Manny Pacquiao had signed the contract, and Terence Crawford didn't want to sign the contract. Terence Crawford didn't want to take the 80-20 split. Then they said that Manny Pacquiao, he turned his attention to Errol Spence Jr. and that fight could take place in July. And then we hear the truth say, I'm focused on belts, strap season. And Manuel Pacquiao does not have a strap. So I'm focused on your Danish Ugas. And I need that strap. So if these reports are true, my peopleizations, because you guys know me. Okay? You guys know me. And so if these reports are true, I have to say, Terence Crawford, I stand corrected. I'll say it again. I have to say, Terence Crawford, Team Crawford, Brian Bomac McIntyre, I stand corrected. I'm not a person that can't say, hey, I was wrong about that. Because I was one. Now, 60-40 split in favor of Errol Spence to stage the biggest fight in boxing. For that fight. When Errol Spence is the bigger brand outside the ring, I don't have an issue with that. But when I stated that if Terence Crawford for the better part of 6 years is going to allow himself to take a 80-20 split, let Manny Pacquiao take 40 and he take 10. Because see, this according to legendary promoter, top rank CEO and promoter of Terence Crawford, Bob Arum. So Bob Arum said that Terence Crawford was willing to accept 80-20 split. But these reports are saying he wasn't. He wasn't. So that means Terence Crawford is not just standing on the square when it comes to Errol Spence, but he's standing on the square all the way around the board. So Terence Bud Crawford, Brian Bomac McIntyre, your boy Blue stands corrected. I stand corrected. You're standing on your square all the way around, and I have no problem with that. If you believe that you're worth more than 60-40 split, I have no problem with that. If you believe you're worth more than 80-20 split with Manny Pacquiao, I have no problem with that. Now, I'm saying when you look at the numbers with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, Errol Spence is well in his rights to say 60-40 in my favor because I'm doing the big numbers. He's well in his rights to do so. He's well in his rights, right? But, and did you all see that Manny Pacquiao's legal team came out and they stated that all these reports about Manny Pacquiao, Emmanuel Pacquiao, that's being linked to him and Errol Spence, it's not true. It's not true. We got 250 people here, my peopleization. Can we get 250 likes? We got 250 people here. Can we get 250 likes? Because I know we don't have it. I know we don't. But let's get the likes all the way up. So, I like this from Terence Crawford. Because Terence Crawford, this tells me, Terence Crawford is saying, it don't matter that you're Emmanuel Pacquiao. It don't matter that you're an 8 division world champion. I'm Terence Crawford. Look what I have done. Now, I'm sure he'll give, Manny Pacquiao the highest split because he have to understand that Pacquiao will still be that A side. But it looks like Terence Crawford is saying, listen, I'm not taking 60-40 from Errol Spence, and I'm not taking no 80-20 from Manny Pacquiao. That's not happening. I'm not taking 10 million. So maybe, this is why Bob Arum said Terence Crawford is difficult to work with. Why? Because maybe Terence Crawford is saying, well, this is the fight I want, make it happen. And Bob Arum is saying, okay, I'm trying to make this happen, but you got to bend a little bit. And Terence Crawford is saying, I'm not bending. I'm not bending. I'm a 3-division champion, just like he said with Errol Spence. See, this is what I like. That's what I like. If you're going to do it with Errol Spence, do it with Emmanuel Pacquiao. And according to these reports, that's exactly what he's done. That's exactly what he's done. Now, we can feel like, listen, when it comes to Errol Spence, hey, bud, take the 60-40 because Errol Spence, and then you take the lion's share. Should you beat Errol Spence, then you get those numbers in reverse. Because we see the numbers. The numbers are, the proof is there that Errol Spence is doing a bigger number. So we see the proof is there, right? We understand the proof is there, right? And so with that said, right, smash the like button, people. We got 375 people. Let's get 375 likes. Smash the like button. Support, donate to the channel, support the grind. Smash the like button. 390 people now. 390 people. Let's get 390 likes. Smash the like button. Donate and support to the channel. Let's support the grind. More importantly, smash that like button. So, I like this from Terence Crawford. I like that Terence Crawford is like, no. I understand my worth all the way around the board. See, my time, right? My issue, see 177 likes, that don't cut it. We got 400 people here and we got 177 likes. Where do they do that at? Somebody inform me. Where do they do that at? Not here, Blue Blood Sports TV. Smash the like button. You understand? So now look at it from this standpoint, right? And say to yourself this. Well, Terence Crawford has a value tag on himself and he's sticking to it. Now, the question is, see, because we understand Errol Spence is saying, hey, Manny, you don't have no belt. You don't have no belt. I'm in the business of collecting belts, and you no longer have that. So I'm going elsewhere. Right? That's understandable because, and you see why it's understandable. Why is it understandable? It's because of this. When Manny Pacquiao did have the belt, why not just negotiate with Errol Spence and look to make the fight happen in a unification bout? That's even bigger. That's even bigger than just fighting for Errol Spence's belt. You could have brought the WBA belt to the table. So why not fight for all the belts? Well, not all the belts, but majority of the belts. Why leave a belt on the table? If you're Manny Pacquiao, right? He's indecisive. Manny Pacquiao, my peopleizations, let me inform y'all, he's no longer in the sport of boxing. Salute to my brother Chuga Fantastic in the building, in the super chat, showing your boy Blue love, as he always do. Salute to you, great brother. So let me inform y'all, right? Manny Pacquiao is no longer in boxing. He's no longer participating in boxing. What I mean by that is this. Manny Pacquiao is doing the exact same thing that Floyd Mayweather is doing. He's just not calling it an exhibition. Because he can't get the amount of money that Floyd Mayweather can get for an exhibition. See, Floyd Mayweather, he can fight Logan Paul and get $150 million. Manny Pacquiao can't do that. Now, he can get big money for these exhibitions, but he's not going to get that type of money for these exhibition bouts. Because, see, when you say Manny Pacquiao exhibition, it don't go over the same. See, Floyd Mayweather's undefeated. Floyd Mayweather's retired. Floyd Mayweather's older than Manny Pacquiao. You understand? So Floyd Mayweather, he could do these exhibition styles, right? Manny Pacquiao is doing the same thing as Floyd Mayweather, but he's calling it a real fight. So based off of these reports, with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, I'm happy because they're drawing a line in the sand and saying, "Listen, no, man, no. We understand you're a legend here, but dude, you done lost 3 times. You was knocked out 3 times. You lost 7 times overall. You got 2 draws on your resume. Listen, bro. Yeah, you're a legend in this game. Salute to my brother Anthony Curry in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. He said, time for Porter to do what he has to do to get that fight. I agree. 1000%, my great brother. I agree. It's time. Emmanuel H, my brother in super chat. He says, salute Blue Kings and Queens in the chat. Blue, you got to quit calling him by his government name. It makes us other Emmanuel sound You don't want to be linked to that, huh, great brother? I understand. Salute to my brother Mark Powell in the super chat. Much love to you, great brother. Much love to you. I understand. I'm just going to call him Manuel then. Manuel. Instead of Emmanuel. Manuel Pacquiao. Okay? So that's what he's doing. So they're drawing the line in the sand and they're saying, wait a minute now. We are somebody in this game as well. We are somebody in this game as well. As they should. Because, see, they have the ability to carve out their own niche. They have the ability to carve out their own legacy and their own pathway to greatness. Because they have enough pieces on the chessboard to do so. They have enough pieces on the chessboard to do so. And I haven't gotten to greet all my peopleizations in the building, but y'all know I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I just wanted to get right into this. Right? So there's enough pieces. Errol Spence, he's already defeated. Sean Porter, Hall of Famer. He's already defeated Mikey Garcia, Hall of Famer. He's already defeated Danny Garcia, Hall of Famer. And the people that come in and say, well, Danny Garcia is not a Hall of Famer. If the late great Arturo Gotti is in the Hall of Fame, and Sylvester Stallone, Rocky characters in the Hall of Fame, Danny Garcia and Sean Porter needs to and better be in the Hall of Fame. You understand? On this one, my brother in Super Chat, Bud has a very big ego and it's costing him. That can be the case. But in this situation, I like where he's standing. That can be the case. But see, you got to understand, when you accomplish, now we look at it and we say, well, look at the level of opposition, and he knows the level of opposition. He knows the level of opposition, and we know the level of opposition. It's not, when you compare it to Errol Spence, it's not on the same level. When you compare it to Sean Porter's resume, it's not on the same level. When you compare his resume, it's not on the same level. But look what he has accomplished. We can't take away his accomplishments. You understand? James, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. He said, what's up, Blue? T-Bud thinks he's valued more than he's actually worth. And that could be the case. But still in all, we got to look at it from the standpoint and say, he's undefeated. Regardless of how you perceive him, he's top 3 pound for pound. Right? Whether you want to say 1, 2, or 3. You can't say that is a 4th guy. Maybe if you want to say Jamel Charlo because of his accomplishments, right? Maybe. But for the most part, how many people can you put ahead of Terence Crawford? How many people can you put ahead of Terence Crawford? How many? You can't. You can't. On this one, my brother back in the super chat, he says, Smizash, that like button. The Lizite button. Smidash, the Lizite button. Yes, sir. Salute to my brother in the super chat. Get the likes all the way up. We got 525 people now. Let's get 525 likes. Smash the like button, my people. Let's work, work, work. Let's work. Smash the like button. Support, donate to the channel. Let's support the grind. Let's make it happen. So anyway, with that said, right? You got to look at it from this standpoint and say to yourself, how many people can you put ahead of Terence Crawford? Realistically. How many people can you say, man, this guy's better than Terence Crawford? How many? Currently active right now. How many? How many of these people would you favor over Terence Crawford? How many? Realistically, how many people do you favor over Terence Crawford right now? If you put him in the ring with Terence Crawford. What welterweights? You may say Sean Porter. Outside of Sean Porter, what welterweights do you say you're going to say is going to beat Terence Crawford? Realistically. How many people you're going to say, hey, man, this guy going to beat Terence Crawford? It's not many, is it? How many people at 140 you say is going to beat Terence Crawford? Realistically, none. 35? None. 54? Bigger division, bigger guys. But who at 54 have the skill set of Terence Crawford? At 54. Outside Jamel Charlo. Tony Harrison. Lara. Do you think they beat Terence Crawford by a landslide? No. You're still going to give Terence Crawford a chance at the very least to win the fight. What fight at 54 do you say, oh, it's 70-30 in the opposition favor over Terence Crawford? Let's be realistic now. Let's facts over feelings. Realistically, facts over feelings. Who do you say at 54 you're going to say, I give them a 70% chance of beating Terence Crawford? Big Lake Show, my brother in the super chat. He says, salute Big Brew, hashtag Bomb Squad. Yes, sir, great brother. Yes, sir. My brother Nitty G, he said Mel will beat the brakes off of Bud. Now, that is my great brother. We thinking with emotion. Because Terence Crawford skill set will not allow that. Now, it's possible he could get knocked out. But just go in there and get washed, that's not going to happen. Now, he could possibly get knocked out. He could possibly lose that fight. But just go in there and dominate and wash, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Terence Crawford has been fighting bigger guys his entire career. And Jamel Charlo's style, he's flat-footed, right? He has trouble with boxers. He has trouble with reach and distance. We got to keep that in mind. Now, we're looking at Terence Crawford from that style and that skill set of what he just fought Igis Kavalauskas. He will not fight other fights like that. Dewan Roberts, my brother in the super chat, says, salute Blue. I thought there was a deadline for Bud to fight the winner at 154. He can wait up till July. I thought there was a deadline for Bud to fight the winner at 154. He can wait up till July. I don't understand what you're saying, great brother. You gotta clarify that. And that picture of that city you got in your profile, is that Miami? That's a beautiful city, man. It's a beautiful city. Monkey Dan 123, my brother in the super chat, dropping that dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. He said, salute Blue. If Bud has beaten a legend like Pacquiao in dominant fashion in big pay-per-view that could have been used as leverage in the Spence negotiation, like Floyd and De La Hoya. Floyd was never the B-side again after that fight. Exactly. Well, and great brother, this is what I'm gonna tell you. Errol Spence is that guy. Jim Hustle, what's going on? Errol Spence is that guy, and let me tell you why. Okay. Now, obviously, he has to win the fight, but Errol Spence is that guy. You understand? Errol Spence is the legacy fight that he can fight and turn the tides, but he has to understand business-wise outside the ring. Well, Errol Spence is in favor. You follow what I'm telling you? He's leading the pack of that race, and that's what he needs to understand. And then say, well, once I beat Errol Spence, I'll never look back. But see, he's not looking at it that way because he looks at Errol Spence as his peers, at the very least his equal. Because see, let me tell you the issue. James, my brother, back in the super chat. I respect your opinion, Blue, but he was stunned by every good fighter he fought. Not to mention he was getting outboxed by a broken Kell Brook. Right. James. Now let me help you out. And let me explain something to you, my brother James. Yes, he has. But have you seen him knocked out on the canvas and in a compromised position? No, you haven't. All we're talking about is seeing him being buzzed by Gamboa, seeing him be buzzed by Igor Kavalauskas, and seeing him struggling with the jab of Kell Brook. Okay? Now, let me explain. Floyd Mayweather, and let me show you something. Let's go to the videotape. Let's go to the videotape. I'm going to show you something. Let's go to the videotape. Give me 1 second. See, we have we got 630 people. I know we don't have 600 likes. I know we don't. We got 630 people. I know we don't have 630 likes. Back in 2000, Floyd Mayweather turned pro in 96. 4 years later, as a 4-year pro in 2000, he fought a man by the name of one Emmanuel Manuel Augustus, right? And in that fight with Augustus, he was hurt. He struggled in that fight. He nearly lost the fight. Well, he didn't nearly lose the fight, but he struggled in that fight. He was hurt in the fight. And people was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. This is the style that's going to uproot him. Then people started to say, is he overrated? Okay. Emmanuel Augustus had 16 losses and 4 draws when Floyd Mayweather fought him. Now, Floyd Mayweather got the TKO victory, right? But Emmanuel Augustus had 16 losses and 4 draws on his resume. And he hurt Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd Mayweather to this day says that's the toughest fight of his career was against Emmanuel Augustus. That was in 2000. That was the toughest fight of his career. Okay. Now, to back that up. Okay. He then went on 2 years later, and now he did have an injury, but he struggled with Jose Luis Castillo. And once again, people said Castillo hurt him in the fight. He was getting outboxed in the fight, and he lost, right? Okay. That was 2 years later. Then he went into the fight with DeMarcus Chop Chop Corley back in 2004. And DeMarcus Corley hurt Floyd Mayweather at least 2 to 3 times in that fight with big punches. He buzzed him at least 2 to 3 times in that fight with big punches. Now, Floyd Mayweather got the unanimous decision, right? But he was hurt in that fight. Okay, so that's 2 fights in his career before he truly made his mark, right? And then we know he went into the Zab Judah fight in 2006, and this is Zab Judah that had already been knocked out by Costa Azul. This is D Dub said Blue, Bud is not Floyd. I don't understand y'all. I don't understand I don't understand y'all. Did I say Terence Crawford was Floyd Mayweather? Did anybody hear me say that? How do you know what Terence Crawford going to be moving forward? I'm giving you an example as to what took place. At that time, did you know that Floyd Mayweather was going to go 50-0 and undefeated? Did you know that Floyd Mayweather was going to go 50-0 and undefeated? Did you know that? No, you didn't know that. You didn't know that. Hindsight is 50-50. I mean, excuse me. Hindsight is 20-20. Hindsight is 20-20. Of course, you could look at Floyd Mayweather today and say, he ain't Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, Floyd Mayweather's career is over. His career is over. Hindsight is 20-20. We're talking about somebody still active and still carving out the niche. What are you talking about? I'm giving you an example as to why people were starting to question Floyd Mayweather. People was questioning Floyd Mayweather. Like, oh, is he still a real deal? Is he going to lose to this guy? Is he going to be? Yeah, now we know who Money Mayweather and Floyd Mayweather is. 50-0. Hindsight's 20-20. But at the time, people were saying, hey, when he struggled against Augustus, and when he struggled against Corley, and he struggled against Jose Castillo, when he struggled against Castillo, people were saying, oh, he's going to lose. You didn't know what he's going to be. It panned out that he got better as time went on. So I'm giving you an example. Okay? I didn't say he's Floyd Mayweather. I'm giving an example of what people thought, the perception of Floyd Mayweather. So don't go off of that perception that, oh, Terence Crawford was hurt in this fight by lesser opponents. Yeah, Floyd Mayweather's hurt by a guy, Emmanuel Augustus, who has 16 losses and 4 draws. Last time I checked, Igor Kavalauskas was undefeated and Yuriorkis Gamboa was undefeated. These are the two guys that hurt Terence Crawford. And then Kell Brook, at one point in time, was considered the best welterweight in the world, and he was the champion. Emmanuel Augustus never was on that level. Neither was Jose Luis Castillo. So what are we talking about? I'm giving you an example. It's called an example. So you see Floyd Mayweather weathered that and grew. Now we don't know what Terence Crawford is going to do moving forward. We're speculating. But what I'm saying to you is, don't let that be don't let that deter you from thinking that he can't do this, he can't do that because he was hurt by Igor Kavalauskas or he was hurt by Gamboa. Yeah, Floyd Mayweather was hurt by Emmanuel Augustus. He was hurt by Zab Judah. He was hurt by DeMarcus Chop Chop Corley. But then he got in the ring with Canelo Alvarez, and then Canelo Alvarez couldn't even touch him. He got in the ring with Manny Pacquiao, who was considered a knockout artist. Both of these guys, Canelo was much bigger than him, and Canelo couldn't touch him. And Manny Pacquiao, who's a knockout artist, he couldn't touch him. He got in the ring after that with Diego Corrales, and Diego Corrales, he couldn't touch him. So now ask yourself this question. How could DeMarcus Chop Chop Corley hurt Floyd Mayweather 2 or 3 times in the fight, but Floyd Mayweather fights Diego Chico Corrales, who is 33-0 with 31 knockouts, and Diego Corrales couldn't touch him? Ask yourself that question, because it don't always. It's their approach, and he fights every style different. Terence Crawford got in there with Victor Postol, who was considered the boogeyman of junior welterweight and was a knockout artist, and he couldn't touch Terence Crawford. But then he got in the ring with Igor Kavalauskas and Gamboa, and they could touch him. And then Jeff Horn, he gave Manny Pacquiao a tough fight, even though I thought Pacquiao won the fight. And Jeff Horn gave Manny Pacquiao a very, very tough fight, but got in the ring with Terence Crawford and couldn't touch him. So what are we talking about here? I'm trying to give you an example. Salute to Southside Music, my brother in Super Chat. Crawford likes to mix it up, so he takes unnecessary chances, but his skill level is undeniable. Exactly. Exactly, great brother. Marcus Lestrap, my brother in the Super Chat. Where you been at, great brother? I had to pay for this. Floyd fought all top guys and never ran from anyone. You can't compare Bud to Floyd. If you're comparing them, you are. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. You can't make this stuff up, man. You just can't. You can't make it up, man. You can't make this stuff up, man. People are just I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm teaching you something, and yet you're talking about hindsight. So let me ask you all a question. When he struggled with Emmanuel Augustus, what world beater outside of now he fought some tough guys, and we know he beat Jaron Hernandez. But when he fought when he fought Emmanuel Augustus, prior to fighting Emmanuel Augustus, what world beater did he beat on his resume? Go ahead, I'll wait. And he did beat Angel Manfredi. And Justin Juco was good. But what world beaters did he beat? Go ahead, I'll wait. Y'all tell me. What Hall of Famer did he beat outside of Gennaro Hernandez before the Emmanuel Augustus fight? Go ahead, tell me. What Hall of Famer did Floyd Mayweather beat before? Outside of Gennaro Hernandez, that everybody was saying he shouldn't have took the fight, right? Who did he beat prior to that? That was a world beater that you would say would beat Terence Crawford right now. He didn't fight Gotti yet. Before he fought Emmanuel Augustus, who did he beat? Go ahead and tell me. I already said Jesus Chavez, and Justin Juco, and Emmanuel Augustus, and then Freddie. Let me ask you a question. Any of those guys would beat Terence Crawford? Go ahead and tell me. When he got to outside Gennaro Hernandez, which one of those guys on Floyd Mayweather's resume would you say would beat Terence Crawford? Go ahead. I'll wait. Emmanuel H., my brother in the Super Chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. Some people can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Scratch what they're saying. With that being said, that man, Kamaru Usman, champ, still holding it down. Can't wait for Errol Spence Jr. to tune Ugas up quick. I agree, great brother. I agree. You can't make this stuff up, man. Go ahead. Stan Knox said, now you're discounting Floyd Mayweather. Jeez. Where do they come up with this stuff? I'm confused. DeJuan Roberts, my brother in the Super Chat, dropping that dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. He said, Waikiki, Bud will have to move to 154 sooner in order to be in position to fight the winner. Is there a deadline associated with the move, or can he wait until July 17th? Don't want Bud to miss his chance, daring to be great. Oh no, no, because he's with the WBO. So anytime he move up, he'll be the automatic mandatory because he has the WBO title. Unless he loses the WBO title, he'll be the mandatory whenever he chooses to move up. That's how the WBO operates. That's how that works. So he'll be all right because he got the WBO belt. It don't matter when he move up. Dewan Roberts, my brother, back in the super chat. He said, and the comparison is valid, Blue. You're not saying Bud is Floyd, not even close. You're right. Thank you, great brother. I never said that. I never said he was Floyd Mayweather. Hindsight is 2020. Now everybody going, oh, he's not Floyd. I'm talking about living in that time. Take yourself back to that time when he was struggling with Emmanuel Augustus. I'm not talking about the guy you already know that's already finished with his career. I'm talking about the guy that was struggling against Emmanuel Augustus. Don't tell me about the guy that we know is already retired and career is behind him. Man. James, my brother in Super Chat, Blood, he said, Blue, you're making an analogy between a 20-something Floyd to a 30-something Bud. He is who he is, Blue. Hashtag Glass Joe. That's not true. It's not true. It's not true at all. I'm going to give you an example. Bernard Hopkins. He was a much better fighter when he got older compared to what he was when he was younger. He was a much better fighter when he was older than when he was younger. Not even close. It's not even close. He said Emmanuel Augustus was great. 22 wins, 16 losses, and 4 draws. You consider that great? "22 wins, 16 losses, and 4 draws. You consider that great?" I'll wait. I'll wait. Kerry Williams said Emmanuel will beat. Smash the like button, man. Get the likes all the way up. Got 700 people here. Let's get 700 likes. So anyway, what I was saying was certain people take certain fights in a certain type of manner. No, he said that Terence Crawford is glass jaw. Nitty G. He's saying Terence Crawford got a glass jaw. So what I'm saying is this: the example I'm making is that at that time in 2000, right? We didn't know what Floyd Mayweather. He still grew into something else, right? Yes, Terence Crawford is 33 years old. We know this, okay? But what does that mean? Maybe we haven't seen his best yet, okay? And yes, we're putting a price tag on his age, okay? Oh, he's 33. That's it. But no, Hopkins at his best was in his mid 30s to early 40s. That was Bernard Hopkins, the best of his career. Okay, the older version of Bernard Hopkins. Okay, that's when he blossomed into the best Bernard Hopkins we've seen. So yes, Terence Crawford. We don't know. Maybe Terence Crawford get knocked out in his next fight. Who knows? But we know he got a skill set that can't be denied. Emmanuel H, my brother, back in the super chat. He said, Kerry Williams, at Kerry Williams, dang right. I beat the brakes over Bud. Man, listen. So what I'm saying is, right, Papa 147, 2008. He said Hopkins beat Trinidad at 36 years old. Right. And prior to that win, Now, let's go to the videotape once more. I'm just giving you an example, and y'all just take it and run with it. Oh man, you saying he gonna beat? Oh no, there's no way he's not Floyd Mayweather. He's not Floyd Mayweather. I never said he was Floyd Mayweather. I'm giving an example as to show you that don't count him out so early because you saw him buzz in a few fights. No, he's not Floyd Mayweather. Hopkins' biggest win in his career was against Trinidad when he was 36 years old. And he wasn't a power puncher. He was a finesse, slick boxer. His biggest win in his career was against Trinidad. He was 36 years old. Skills from New Orleans, my brother in Super Chat. He said Crawford passed the eye test, but we can't truly gauge him because his fights aren't 50-50. He's always the favorite. Right. Now, Bernard Hopkins, in his biggest fight against Roy Jones, he lost. Okay? He lost his biggest fight against Roy Jones. Now, he did beat Glenn Johnson, and he did beat David Jackson, right? But his biggest win in his career was against Felix Trinidad, and he was 36 years of age. Then he fought. The next biggest win was against Oscar De La Hoya. That was 3.5 years later. You know how old he was? 39 years old when he beat Oscar De La Hoya. 39. So he had two enormous wins in his career. Two enormous wins in his career. He didn't have them until he was 39 years old. 36 and then 39. Then he lost to Jermaine Taylor twice. Then he beat Tarver. Then he beat Winky Wright. Then he lost to Calzaghe, beat Kelly Pavlik. He started defying the odds. Roy Jones, Gene Pascal, lost to Chad Dawson. Right? So then it was rocky career from there. Right. He beat Kelly Pavlik. He was already 40, people. He was already 40. So the biggest win in his career came when he was 36. And then the second biggest win in his career came when he was 39. Trinidad, 36, and then Oscar, he was 39. So what are we talking about? Now, would you just start rattling off people that could beat Bernard Hopkins? No, you wouldn't. Santino's boxing, yeah, he beat Gene Pascal. He's well over 40 at that time. He's well over 40. You understand? So this is what Big Zo, what's going on? So this is what I'm saying, is that we counting out people. We counting out Terence Crawford. Man, he's 33. Well, that means he had, if you go by, Bernard Hopkins is arguably right behind Marvin Hagler as the second greatest middleweight ever in the history of boxing. And he didn't have his biggest win in his career until he was 36 years old. 36 people. And already had a loss. Terence Crawford don't have a loss. Well, now y'all get ready to say, well, that's because he fought Roy Jones. Okay, but he still lost. We got 730 people. We should have 730 likes. Smash the like button because I know we don't. Well, he still lost. So we can't count out what Terence Crawford is going to be moving forward because you don't know. His career is still being written. So stop being quick to say, oh, well, he was buzzed by Gamboa. He was buzzed by this person. So that automatically means he can't beat Jamel Charlo. No, because like I said, Floyd Mayweather was buzzed by Emmanuel Augustus. He was buzzed by, Chop Chop Corley, hurt bad in those fights. Shane Mosley, Jose Luis Castillo gave him a tough fight. Then he went up to 54, clearly beat Oscar, clearly beat Canelo. Wasn't even close. Those fights wasn't even competitive. James, my brother in the super chat. I need a cut of the super chat for starting trouble. Blue. Nah, James, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? So we got to take that into consideration. Chris Perkins, my brother in the super chat, dropping that dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. He said, did he knock both Trinidad and Oscar out? Yeah, he did. Oscar with a body punch and Trinidad knocked them both out. But he was 36 and 33. So that means you go by that method, Terence Crawford, that you got to tack on another 3 years. It's only he's only 33. Bernard didn't have his biggest fight. Well, he did have the Roy Jones fight, but that's it. And Bernard Hopkins wasn't even as accomplished as Terence Crawford. C Mac, my brother in the super chat, showing love, much love to you, great brother. He wasn't even as accomplished as Terence Crawford. So let's say Terence Crawford had his biggest fight in his career at 36. Well, he still already was undisputed, one of the on a short list of fighters to hold all 4 major sanction bodies in this era. So in the modern era, only Bernard Hopkins, Jermaine Taylor, Katie Taylor, Clarissa Shields, Terence Crawford, and who else? I think there's one more person. Or that might be it. It's Terence Crawford, Clarissa Shields, Katie Taylor. Is Cecilia Brackets on that list? Cecilia Brackets may be on that list. Bernard Hopkins, Jermaine Taylor, Clarissa Shields, Katie Taylor. I think Cecilia Brackets is on that list. Oh, Alexander Usyk. That's it. That's a short list that Terence Crawford is on. And Clarissa Shields stands by herself because she done did it twice. Salute to my brother Emmanuel H. back in the super chat, dropping another dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. He said he got buzzed by Madonna as well, but a true champ know how to handle that though. But Bud has shown he can handle it so far against the opponents he's fought so far. We got to wait to see how he handles it with better competition. Exactly. Lennox Lewis didn't hold all 4 major sanction bodies because it wasn't in effect. He held all 3. Yeah, Jessica McCaskill, right? Because she got it from Cecilia Brackets, right? Sugar T Teofimo Lopez does not hold all 4 major sanction bodies. Got to be Devin Haney. So with that said, I like the way that Thomas Mullen. What's going on, great brother? Amanda Serrano? No. Amanda Serrano is not on that list. It's Jessica McCaskill because she got it from Cecilia Brackets. So those 2. Jermaine Taylor and Bernard Hopkins because they got it from each other. Well, Jermaine Taylor got it from Bernard Hopkins. Alexander Usyk. Clarissa Shields has done it twice. And Terence Crawford. That's it. It's a list of 7 people. And he's on that list. So, and Katie Taylor. I said Katie Taylor, right? Katie Taylor. Undisputed. That's what I'm talking about. Undisputed. It's Alexander Usyk to hold all 4 major sanction bodies. All 4. All 4 major sanction bodies. It's Katie Taylor, Cecilia Brackets, Jessica McCaskill, Alexander Usyk, Jermaine Taylor, Bernard Hopkins, Clarissa Shields, and Terence Crawford. Right? That's it. To hold all 4 major sanction bodies. Smash the like button, people. James, my brother, back in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. He said Carissa stops T-Bud in the 5th round. LOL. Salute, Blue. Come on, great brother. Come on, great brother. My brother James just messing with me now. You know, and I'm gonna say this, right? I don't like the fact that she even compares herself to the male boxers. I'm not in favor of that. You know, she's great in what she does. Katie Taylor's undisputed, yeah. She's great at what she does, you know. How come we only have 600 likes? We got 740 people and we got 600 likes. 740 people and 600 likes. Wipe your feet before you come inside. Ring my doorbell before you walk in the house. Smash the like button. Rashid Muhammad, my brother in Super Chat, he said, thanks to the chat, my wife's at home recovering at 80%. Oh, man, blessings to you, great brother. Blessings to you, great brother. Hope all is well. David, the real Thomas, what's going on? Smash the like button. Get the likes up to we should be teetering on 1K likes. Smash the like button. We should be teetering on 1K likes. Get the likes all the way up. All the way up. Smash the like button. Salute to my brother Christopher Schaefer in the super chat, dropping that dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. He says, salute Blue in chat. I've been telling you I'm done with Bud, but I will never deny his talent. If you in the boxing game long enough, you will get buzz. Bud needs to be more realistic about where his career is, though. And I agree with that. And that's my thing, right? Terence Crawford, right? And this is my thing. We look at the numbers outside the numbers and we say, well, you can't, you know, we compare the numbers, right? Because we're not Terence Crawford. So we comparing the numbers with him and Errol Spence and who deserves what, right? Is it fair for Errol Spence to say 60-40? Absolutely. Now, on the flip side of that, is Terence Crawford in his right to say, hey, man, it got to be 50-50? Yeah, he's well in his rights to do so, but is he correct? No, he's not correct. Because that's not how the sport of boxing operates. But is he in his rights to say and want to stand? Yeah, he is. Right? We think he should bend. But then when you look at it from the standpoint of Errol Spence is well in his right to say 60-40. And the fans going to say, bro, we looking at the numbers are telling us the truth. So do 60-40. And so my thing was, how could you do 80-20 with Manny Pacquiao and not the one to do 60-40 with Errol Spence? Well, now he's like, from what my understanding, and smash the like button, man. Get the likes up. Smash the like button, people. Get the likes all the way up. Get the likes all the way up, people. Let's work. Get the likes up. Dravon Durr, you bringing up the Augustus fight as if 3 months later Floyd didn't dominate Diego Corrales. Who cares? What are you talking about? The fact is, so he didn't get hurt and he didn't struggle in the Emmanuel Augustus fight because he dominated Diego Corrales 3 months later. What are we talking about? He still struggled. So Terence Crawford, he stopped Kell Brook in a shorter manner than he did with Igor Kavalauskas. So that means he didn't struggle with Igor Kavalauskas because the way he dominated Kell Brook. What are you talking about? Y'all confuse me. And you made my point exactly. That's the point I was making. You made my point exactly. The point I was making, he went in there with a guy that was considered a much bigger puncher and a guy that was considered one of the best fighters in the world. And Diego Corrales was 33 wins, 31 wins by way of knockout with no losses. And he went in the ring with Diego Corrales, and Diego Corrales couldn't touch him. But he was in the ring with Emmanuel Augustus, and he kept getting touched. And then after the Diego Corrales fight, he went into a fight with DeMarcus Chop Chop Corley and was getting touched up some more. So what are we talking about? So you made my point exactly. You would think if Emmanuel Augustus was able to touch him and Chop Corley was able to touch him, then sure enough, Diego Corrales would be able to touch him, right? Well, he couldn't. Canelo Alvarez should be able to touch him, right? Well, he couldn't. Well, Manny Pacquiao should be able to touch him. Well, he couldn't. Why? Because styles make fights. And maybe, oh maybe, it's just the fact that Floyd Mayweather understood I can't play this game with this guy, so he approached it completely different. And he said, there's no way I'm letting this guy touch me. You ever thought about that? You ever thought that Terence Crawford went in the fight with Jeff Horn, who was a much bigger guy, much stronger guy, and gave Manny Pacquiao a tough fight, and Jeff Horn couldn't touch him? But Igor Kavalauskas could? But Victor Postol couldn't? Jose Benavidez couldn't touch him? Maybe it's the mindset of Terence Crawford going in the fight and saying, I just don't respect what they bring to the table. You ever thought about that? Alan Albert, my brother in the super chat. Peace and blessings, Blue. I'm off today, and I'm blessed to get a live logic session. Word life. Salute to you, great brother. I appreciate you 1,000% coming through showing love, man. It's muchly appreciated. And my peoples, get the likes of 1K. We should be 740 people. We should have at least 750 likes. And we don't even have 700. DeJuan Roberts, my brother, back in the super chat. Will Kambosos win all of T.O.'s belts if he wins? Shouldn't he only win the IBF since he is the number one contender only for that sanction body? No, if he beats Teofimo Lopez, he inherits all the belts. It don't work that way. He's just happened to be the mandatory for one of the belts to give him an opportunity to fight Teofimo Lopez, who just happens so to have all the belts except for one WBC title. Smash the like button, my peoples. Let's work. Support the channel, support the grind, donate to the channel, donate to the grind, and more importantly, smash the like button. So, Errol Spence has let it be known that he's focusing on Yordenis Ugas, as he should. As he should. Yordenis Ugas is the guy. You understand? Yordenis Ugas is the guy. Why? Because he have that belt. And since he got that belt, that needs to be Errol Spence's number one focus. Yordenis Ugas. He got the belt. Unify, create your own niche. Carve out your own niche within the sport. It would be great to have Manny Pacquiao on your resume, share the ring with a legend, if you're Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. But at this point in time, if Manny Pacquiao, he had the opportunity to give Errol Spence the unification bout to fight him. He didn't want to take it, obviously, because he waited until he don't even have the belt to even sound like a discussion. No, I'm glad that Errol Spence is, according to my reports, and he's like, listen, I'm fighting Ugas. I want that belt, and then I'm focusing on fighting Terence Crawford. I love that because he's carving out his own path. He has the pieces on the chessboard, as I stated, to be a legend in his own right. Now he ain't gonna move up 8 divisions because it's not possible, right? Yeah, he could move up to 54. That would be 2. He could move up to 60. That would be 3. He could move up to 68. That would be 4. He could move up to 75. That would be 5. He could move up to cruiser. That would be 6, and heavyweight. So he don't have room to go be an 8 division world champion unless he goes south to 140 and then go back up. And then try to go to heavyweight. So he just don't have the room for that growth. But can he be a multi-division world champion? Can he be a legend? Absolutely. He has the necessary pieces on the puzzle, on the chessboard to do so. Absolutely. So, like I said, Manny Pacquiao, he needs Errol Spence. Errol Spence don't need him. He is Manny Pacquiao. Terence Crawford, he needs Manny Pacquiao slightly. But there's other pieces for Terence Crawford. Only reason we say that Terence Crawford needs Manny Pacquiao is because he's void that opponents on his resume. But he could easily make that ground up. Easy. Listen, let me tell y'all something. He fights Sean Porter next. That's a Hall of Famer. He fights Sean Porter next. That's a Hall of Famer on his resume. That's a Hall of Fame on his resume. And then let me tell y'all something else. There's another legacy fight brewing for Terence Crawford, and that's Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez winner. Because they would be undisputed at junior welterweight. So you have the last two. That's another legacy fight for him. The winner of Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez is a legacy fight for Terence Crawford. That's two legacy fights for Terence Crawford. Salute to my brother Carolina Ryder in the building, dropping that hundo on your boy Blue in the super chat. He says, salute to you, great brother. Hey, bro, I'm trying to reach you. I'm going to call you if you're free this evening. I'm going to call you this evening if you're free this evening, great brother, because I got to build with you about something. So if you're free this evening, just text me and let me know you're free. When I get off the stream, just give me like a little leeway because I got to go to the store. But I'm going to hit you up because I got to hit you up. Got to build with you about something. Salute to my brother Carolina Ryder in the building in that super chat dropping the hundo. Emmanuel H, my brother in super chat, he said, hashtag strap season. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so let me tell y'all something, right? Terence Crawford. Okay. All right, I'm gonna hit you up. So so Terence Crawford has legacy fights. If Terence Crawford, he fights Sean Porter, right? And then he fights Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor winner. They big dudes, man. We not consider them junior welterweights. They big dudes. They both bigger than Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez. They're both bigger than Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. Okay? They're big dudes, man. So, and they both let it be known that they ain't even comfortable making that weight. So they both very big guys. Okay? So with that said, he fights Sean Porter and beats Sean Porter. And if he beats Sean Porter in a fashion that's unexpected, in a manner that nobody has ever done, Chris Leggett, what's going on? In a manner that nobody's ever done, he beats Sean Porter like that. That's a statement. And then he fights Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor, the winner, and he beats them. It's another statement. Then let's say in between that time, right? Obviously, the fight we all want to see is him versus Errol Spence. But let's just say it don't materialize yet. Let's say Errol Spence fights Ugas, and then Errol Spence fights, I don't know, who else could Errol Spence fight after Ugas? There's really nobody else, right? But let's say that's the two routes that Terence Crawford goes, right? Let's say Errol Spence fights Keith Thurman. Ugas and then Keith Thurman. Two more legacy fights. Now, Ugas is not the big name as they are, but Ugas is a legacy fight because he has a belt. So a legacy fight, and then let's say Errol Spence fights Keith Thurman, right? Another legacy win, right? Terence Crawford fights Sean Porter, Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez. Wins those two fights. Guess what? The winner of them, let's say they fought and split. Let's say they fought each other and they split. Let's say Errol Spence wins the first fight, Terence Crawford wins the second fight, and they got a rubber match. Huh? Their legacy is enormous at that point in time. Enormous. Because you got to understand. Was Sugar Ray Leonard undefeated? No. Was Marvin Hagler undefeated? No. Was Duran undefeated? No. Was Tommy Hearns undefeated? No. But they made each other. They made each other. Then you look at this situation. We had another fantastic four horsemen that we don't talk about. We had Abner Maris. Excuse me, not Abner Maris. We had Eric Morales. We had Eric Morales, Manny Pacquiao, Juan Manuel Marquez, and Eric and Marco Antonio Barrera. Right? We have Barrera, Morales, Pacquiao, Barrera, Morales, Pacquiao, and Marquez. right? Another 4 horsemen that we don't talk about. That's another 4 horsemen. And they beat each other. Now, none of them beat Pacquiao except for Marquez and Eric Morales. Well, they all, but Barrera didn't do. But look at that scenario. They fought and beat each other. They all are legacy Hall of Fame fighters. Barrera's Hall of Famer, Eric Morales Hall of Famer, Marquez a Hall of Famer, and Pacquiao's a Hall of Famer. Well, they never fought. They should have fought. But still, in all, those were the 4 horsemen right there. Those are the 4 horsemen right there. You see what I'm saying? So here we have. Did anybody foresee that coming to fruition? No. So now we could do it again. Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor. I'm picking Josh Taylor. I think he's more versatile. Alan Albert, my brother in Super Chat. Actually, Bud could fight any of the welterweights that's mixing it up already, and it would be, excuse me. He said that's mixing it up already, and it would be a legacy fight, better than anything he's had before. This is a fact. Smash the like button, man. Get the likes to 1K. That's a fact. Man, my allergies starting to kick in, man. You know, when the pollen starts, when the trees start, the leaves start coming in, man, oh man. You understand what I'm saying? And then there's other fights, legacy fights for him there. Then you have Ortiz and Jaron Boots Ennis. You understand what I'm saying? And he could carve out his niche without Manny Pacquiao. Only Barrera fought Prince Nassim Hamed. You understand what I'm saying? It can happen. He could carve out his own niche. Smash the like button. Get the likes to 1K, my peoples. Smash the like button. Get the likes up to 1K. You understand? But I like the fact that neither guy, Errol Spence, he beats Yordenis Ugas. Errol Spence beats. See, Errol Spence doesn't have to fight Jaron Ennis right now at 147. Because I believe that Errol Spence and Jaron Ennis are going to meet at 54. I believe they're going to meet at 54. If not 54 or 60. Errol Spence and Jaron Ennis is going to come to fruition. If they don't meet at 54, they're going to meet at 160. That fight is unavoidable unless something unforeseen takes place. For the most part, that fight is unavoidable because they're going to meet up either at 54 or 60. It just depends on the time frame it takes Jaron Ennis to get up to 54 because Errol Spence, I believe, got 2 fights left at 47. They got 2 fights left at 47. And then he's exiting. Stage left. It's the Ugas fight, maybe 3. Ugas fight. Oh, and let me tell y'all something. Jaron Ennis would beat Canelo Alvarez. That's the worst matchup that Canelo Alvarez could possibly have. Jaron Ennis and Canelo Alvarez. That's the worst matchup Canelo Alvarez could have. And I know they get ready to pile in here. What, Blue? Oh, man. Oh, Blue. What? Oh, Blue. Man, listen. Man, listen. Man, listen. I've been studying this sport of boxing for a very long time. A very long time. How many fights have I told you how they was going to end? What round? I told you what round Jamel Charlo was going to knock out Jason Rosario in. Didn't I tell y'all? I told you what round Deontay Wilder was going to knock out Luis Ortiz in. Didn't I tell you? I told you that Teofimo Lopez was gonna dominate Lomachenko for the first half of the fight, and if he could keep up the pace, he would do so and possibly stop him in the second half. He nearly stopped him in the 12th. I told you guys this. Stylistically, Jaron Ennis' style is a problem for Canelo Alvarez. More so than Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Why? Why you say that, Blue? Because Errol Spence at times will be flat-footed, and Terence Crawford would he takes too many chances. Those are opportunities that Canelo needs. Those are opportunities he won't have against Ennis. Now, what makes those guys so difficult for Jaron Ennis, and vice versa, is the fact that Jaron Ennis, that those guys are athletic enough to adjust to what he does. Canelo can't. He can't. And Canelo Alvarez will beat David Benavidez. Canelo Alvarez will beat David Benavidez. For sure, he'll beat David Benavidez. Okay, Kurt, you ready? Sending it to you now, great brother. I'm sending it to you now. Jaron Ennis would beat, David Benavidez, Canelo Alvarez will beat David Benavidez. Smash the like button, people. Get the likes all the way up. Abdul Kayum said Canelo beats everyone at 168. I don't know. I don't know if he beats Caleb Plant. If that version of Caleb Plant that fought Caleb Truitt shows up, Canelo's going to win. But if Caleb Plant that showed up, now obviously there's a lot that took place last year, so we don't know, right? But Caleb Plant has all the skills to beat Canelo Alvarez, and so does Billy Joe Saunders. I don't know about Billy Joe Saunders. Brooklyn Life, my brother in the super chat, yo, Blue, salute. But why haven't they announced Spence's fight yet? Even Spence made comments saying drop the date. I don't know what Fox is doing. It's Fox. Maybe Fox is looking to roll out their lineup. They're looking to roll up their lineup like Showtime did. And maybe they haven't finished securing all their fights. And so it's taking more time than it should be, because we had Showtime announced their fights 2 weeks ago. That was 2 weeks ago, people. Errol Spence, when Showtime announced it, Errol Spence said, man, Fox need to announce theirs. They still haven't announced it. That was over a week ago. That was over a week ago. And so I'm like, I'm thinking that Fox at this point in time, my brother LV Live, what's good with you, LV? I'm thinking at this point in time, Fox is either trying to secure other fights to announce them. They still have fights that they haven't completely, confirmed yet and finished up yet. And I believe that that's the thing. They're waiting to finish those fights up so they can announce all the fights at once. That's what I'm thinking. Renee Bosch Young, my brother in the super chat. My brother Renee Bosch Young in the building. Go subscribe to my brother Renee Bosch Young. Renee dropped the link. I think I saw my brother Bish B Megastar in the building. If I did, man, I missed him. My brother Bish, if you got sons, daughters, nieces, nephews, friends with kids, little cousins, have them subscribe to KK Pinson TV. My brother Bish, if you're in the building, man, make sure you drop the link. I could have sworn I saw him in here. I know he was in here. I glanced over and I know I saw him, man. Ricky Wright, what's going on? Boxing Truth Serum, what's going on? John Norrie, B. Murr, Skills from New Orleans, Bobo, Una Sib, Sick the Grit. What's going on with y'all? I sent Kurt the link right now. My brother Kurt Anderson, the historian. Smash the like button, peoples. The Carter J. Dion followed. What's going on? David Kane, my brother in Super Chat. He said, timed out for my opinion. Timed out for opinion. No disrespect. Hey, don't time out people, man. Don't time out David Kane. Don't time out nobody, people. Come on, people, man. Alan Theory, what's going on? Brokeland Blogger, what's going on? Don't time out my brother David Kane. Don't time out people, man. If they agree or disagree, it's all right. That's why we're a community, man. We everybody can't be on the same page. Jay Cooley, my brother, Robert Brown, Demetrius Bright, what's going on? Tristan V, what's going on, my great brother? In the super chat, Marcus Villegas said that they're announcing the Fox summer schedule May 1st during the Andy Ruiz right. Oh, okay. Marcos Villegas, he knows. He's a cool dude. I like Marcos Villegas. He knows. So Marcos said that they're gonna announce it on Saturday. That's Saturday. If they're gonna announce it on Saturday, yeah, then Marcos knows he's probably working the fight, I believe, too. So he definitely knows. So if Marcos said that, then they announced it on Saturday. Marcos Marcos is definitely tied in. So if he said it, yeah. Marky Dan 123, my brother in super chat. Yo, Blue, when we going to get your pound for pound rankings? I'm actually, bro. I'm working. I like things to be. I'm a stickler for perfection. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be faulty. I don't want it to be janky. I want it to be legit. Real talk. What's going on? Even though I know y'all gonna support me, Beyond Above Media, Chris Leggett, Jabril Bay. What's going on? Daniel Painter, Jordan Maverick, Los Angeles Lakers, Terence G, John Norrie. What's going on? Even though I know y'all support me, man, I want it to be right for y'all, man. I'm presenting it the right way. So I got my boy. We working on the we actually working on some shirts, some merchandise. We got some stuff that we get ready to drop to y'all. Some merch that I got that he created for me, and the website for the pound for pound list gonna be A1 for y'all, man. A1. Just like anybody else, it's gonna be official. It's gonna be better. Jermaine Bean, my brother in the super chat. Blue Blood, who's your favorite duck? Daffy Duck, Darkwing Duck, Scrooge McDuck, the Mighty Ducks, DuckTales, the Three Little Duckins, or Ryan the Duck? Man, mine's is actually Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck. Man, what y'all know about Howard the Duck? Yeah, man, and Ryan Garcia. So this is what I'm gonna say about the situation with Ryan Garcia, right? Is that I don't know what's going on with him. I didn't see that he said it was specific reasonings. I saw people taking it and running it and saying it was this, but I didn't see him saying it was one specific thing. He just said due to health reasons, and I'm seeing everybody saying, "Oh, well, it's this, it's that, it's this." I didn't see him say that. You know what I mean? But if that is the case, my sympathy and prayers go out to him. You know what I mean? So I can't judge that. You know what I mean? Now I do know we've seen him. Now I said this. We did see him on vacation, enjoying his life, living his best life. And maybe that's a part of him getting away. My thing was this. I didn't see all of this support when it came to Adrian Broner. You see what I'm saying? Adrian Broner just put up some things, and it's along the same lines, and I didn't see people coming to support Adrian Broner. Why not? Where were they? What's the difference? You see what I'm saying? So that was my thing. Like I can't say what that man is going through. Right? If that's what he's saying going through, then I gotta take him at his word. And just because we see him on vacay, don't mean he's not going through that. You see what I'm saying? Because me personally, I went through some similar situations, and my wife was like, "Let's get away," and she took me out a couple of times, and let's go here, let's go there, and that was her way. So that didn't mean I wasn't going through something. It's just that she was helping me get away. So if that's the case, well, we can't say that him being on vacation is, you know, but because of his track record, like Adrian Broner, right? It becomes a situation where it's the boy who cried wolf. You know what I'm saying? So Ryan Garcia, I'm gonna knock out Tank in 2 rounds. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna fight Pacquiao, and those things not coming to fruition. Well, then it leaves people to question, well, is this real or is that real? You understand? E Money 725. You can't say that. You can't say that, great brother. Can't say that. Can't say that because we don't know. We say it's easier from the outside to say what people should do on their inside when they live in their truth. We can't say that. You understand? We don't know how we'll react unless you're in certain positions. We assume this is how I'm going to react if I'm in this position. We assume that. It's always easier said than done. So it's easy for us to say, well, Adrian Broner should do this, should do that, should do this. Hey, Kurt, I sent you the link already, bro. You didn't get it? Let me do it again. It's easy for us to say, well, Adrian Broner needs to do this, or Adrian Broner. Well, Adrian Broner is helping a lot of people, and he don't feel like the love is reciprocated. And because of Adrian Broner loyalty, it's hard for him to separate himself. It's just like, how many people go through certain things, right? So we see people going through certain things, and we say, man, you should just do this. Man, you should leave that. That don't mean it's that easy. It's not easy to do that. It's not easy. Leon Sterling, Baby Quan, Travis Wiggins, Michael James, 616. What's going on? Clifford McEachin, what's going on? It's not easy to do that. It's easier said than done. Pull counterbox, what's going on? It's easy for us to say, hey, man, Adrian Broner, man, you need to stop doing this. Stop. Have anybody stopped to think maybe Adrian Broner does what he does as a reaction to what's going on in his life? You ever think about that? Emmanuel H, my brother in Super Chat, dropping that half a dub in the Super Chat on your boy Blue. He said he ain't crying wolf, he's selling wolf tickets. VIP wolf tickets to not is real. But dude got to get some help since he out here talking big dog talk. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, you know, we don't know. We don't know what he's maybe. See, this is what I'm saying, right? Maybe the reason that Ryan Garcia expresses himself in the manner he expresses himself is because of the things he's going through. Like I said with Adrian Broner, maybe it's the reason why Adrian Broner says what he says and does what he does is because of what he goes through behind the scenes. And it's easy. It's easy for us to say, "Hey, man, you should do this, and you should react this way, and you should do this, and you should do that." That's easier said than done. I know firsthand experience. I know firsthand. I know people used to tell me, "Hey, man, just get up and do this, man. Hey, man, just get up and do that. Hey, man, don't concern yourself with this. Hey, man, don't focus on it, man." It's easier said than done because you're on the outside looking in. You understand? It's easier said than done. And Warren Thotty, what's going on? Age don't have nothing to do with it. Age don't have nothing to do with it. You could be 50 years old and deal with certain things that can't handle it. I know. I got friends that's not here anymore. I'll just say it like that. And some of the strongest people you think that you don't know what people can and feel like they can and can't. We don't know. So we say, oh, Adrian Broner, man, because he in the club with jewelry on. Well, maybe that's his way of expressing himself because listen, he threw his hands up in there. I'm tired, man. So whatever, man. Let's go to the club, man. We don't know. We don't know. Jermaine B, my brother in Super Chat, he said, Kurt, Diaz folded, man, but he showed hard. Salute to my brother, Curtis Anderson, a.k.a. Kurt Sugar, a.k.a. the historian, a.k.a. my brother, my co-host. What's goody with you, Kurt?
Blue, man. Everything is good on my end. How about you, Blue Blood Sports TV? What's good with you? What's up, chat, aka the family? How's everybody?
Oh, I'm good, Kurt. I hope I ain't sending that link to the wrong person. I thought I sent it to you, but I'll see
Now
them if they
I
came
got
in.
the I got the first one. It just took a minute or two to come in later than it usually do for some reason.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I see my internet thing in the corner, so maybe it's showing me the antenna, so maybe that's part of the reason. Yeah, Kurt, man. So, but first things first, Kurt. Did you see uh 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 oh, and Jermaine Bean said Kurt Diaz folded, man, but he showed heart.
He showed a lot of heart.
He did.
I got no problems from here on in with Christopher Diaz. I don't care if he loses his next 5 fights. Listen, if a fighter loses and he gives the effort, I'm all for it. I mean, nobody want to lose, but it's part of the game. And he in the last round, I was like really happy for him, man, and he made me proud because he knew he was behind on the scorecards, and his mentality was it's kill to be killed. I'm going out here to win. So he started winging punches, and he had to walk through fire to do that, and he did. And Navarrete caught him, and unfortunately for Diaz, it wasn't enough. He got knocked out. But hey, man, he got my respect, man. He really does. He really showed me what kind of heart he just wasn't good enough. Navarrete is a good fighter, man. He's awkward, and that style works for him. And he do a lot of things wrong. Now, I don't think when he fights a pure boxer that's on a higher level, it's going to work out for him. But for now, I'm enjoying Emmanuel Navarrete, man. Them uppercuts are sneaky. They come from nowhere. I mean, he's so awkward, he threw his own self off balance. But he
Mm-hmm.
goes for it, though, Navarrete. He goes for it. And I like that. I enjoyed the fight. That was a good fight. Good
You,
fight.
you know what it was, Kurt? The durability of Navarrete, because a lot of people would have, started to show wear and tear or give way to what Diaz was doing, but he was so durable. He just was able to weather whatever he was throwing at him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Navarrete is a type of fighter, man, that's going to win a lot of war of attritions. You have to box him. And, Burchelt and Navarrete kind of remind me of the same, where you seen Valdez box Burchelt at a high level. The same thing goes for Navarrete. That's why Shakur called him out, because he knew. But Diaz he had the right idea, but he just didn't have the talent to do it. There's levels in this game, and unfortunately for Diaz, he wasn't good enough. And I like Navarrete, man. He throws punches when you don't think they're coming. Very awkward, man, but very entertaining.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so like you said, Kurt, if it's a pure boxer, I can't see it. He's gonna lose. Like they're talking about him and Shakur Stevenson now. He can't beat Shakur Stevenson.
Nah. A polished fighter will beat him. If somebody on a high level like Shakur or Colbert, if he moves to 130, Shakur say he can get down easy to 126. I would love to see it. Shakur is too sharp and polished, and it has a lot to do with science, because once you get a fighter like that, remember against Burchelt, who throws a lot of punches, wide, long punches, leaves himself open. They was calling him the next Roberto Duran. We see how that turned out. Now, Roddy he reminds me of an old school fighter. I forgot his name, but if he fights a guy that this boxes, like Shakur Stevenson, that's polished like that, man, he is going to lose, man, badly.
Mm-hmm.
I see it. I see it already.
Yep. Salute to Solo Productions in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. He said, "Salute Blue Kurt in chat. Maryland in the building, the DMV in the building. Kurt, what's your top 3 classic fights to watch? I'll be sure to look out for them. Oh, I'll be sure to look them up if I haven't seen them."
Three. Let me give you 3 classes real quick. Matthew Sal Muhammad versus Yaki Lopez 2. That was 1980. As good as Leonard Duran was in Montreal, and that's an all-time classic fight, it wasn't fight of the year. A month before that, was Matthew Saad Muhammad and Yaki Lopez too. That's one. Number two, look at this fight. Humberto Gonzalez, write the names down, versus the dude from Thailand named Salman Sadatharong. Salman Sadatharong versus Humberto Gonzalez. That was a war. And number three, Davey Moore versus Ayub Kaluli.
Mm-hmm. You know what fight I love, Kurt?
Yeah.
A few of my all-time favorite fights was I loved the Barrera Prince Nassim Hamed fight because I love, the fact that, his character, Prince Nassim Hamed, you know what I mean? So to see him losing that fight and his demeanor, I love that fight. It wasn't the action, it was the fight itself. But my all-time favorite fight was Floyd Mayweather and Arturo Gatti. I love that fight. I love my top of the list. My number one fight is George Foreman, Ron Lyle. That fight, Kurt, to me was like, man, that was amazing. That was amazing, right? I like Tommy Hearns and Hagler, although it was very, very short. And these are just fights I could always just go back into and just watch like I don't know the outcome. You know what I mean? And mine don't date as far back as yours, but Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard, because I still every time I watch it, I have a different who won. And I could watch it right now. I'll probably tell you it's somebody different one than the last time I watched it. I can't for nothing stay to who won that fight, Kurt. And so it intrigues me to continue to keep watching it and watching it and watching it and watching it. I think I watched that fight over 100 times, Kurt. Easy. Easy, Kurt. From the moment it happened to when YouTube came into existence, because I had it on VHS, right? And then Kurt, I had it on remember it came on it was on HBO on demand at one point. And then when the YouTube came into existence and I could watch it, man, I can't stop watching it. I broke. That was my aunt. I don't know how my aunt got it to VHS. Remember, you could have those little things you could put in your VHS and then transfer it over.
Yeah.
So my aunt had it because my aunt is one of the people. My mother, my aunt, they got me into boxing, right? But she had it on VHS. Man, I watched it till the tape popped. I ain't making it up, Kurt. Man, she was so because she wasn't one of those people that watch it. She had it for her archives. You know what I mean? She wasn't a person to actually go back and watch it. Man, right. Kurt, I watched it till it didn't work no more. I remember back then you could record something over it by accident.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I had a commercial in the in the middle of the 6th round, Kurt.
Oh man.
and check this out, Kurt. She had Rocky IV on it. Remember, you could put more than one thing on there.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky IV was on it, on the back end of it, and I had when Rocky was training for Drago, I messed something up with it. I had something recorded in the middle of that, man, Kurt. But I watched that tape, man. My cousins could tell you, man. I got them in the boxing, and that was one of the fights I used to show them. Man, watch this Sugar Ray Hagler fight. Watch this Hagler. To this day, my uncle that comes in here, Kurt, man, he believes Hagler won. He's a big Hagler fan. He believes Hagler won. You can't tell him Hagler didn't win that fight. You know what I mean? He don't blame Hagler for retiring. He was like, man, they did it to him again. That's my uncle. They did it to him again, man. They keep doing it to him. They keep doing it. They did it to him again, you know. So he wasn't appalled to him retiring, but yeah, Kurt. But that Ron Lyle, George Foreman, man. Oh man, I can't even narrow it. I have a hard time narrowing it down to one fight.
Yeah, because boxing, the culture, it has such a rich history. Another fight, the guy told me get 3 of them. I'm giving him a bonus fight. It's so many. Was a fight between Bobby Chacon and Art Frias. Watch that fight. You can when you watch these fights, you're going to be in the edge of your seat. It's non-stop action, no clinching. Remember Fred Flintstone when Fred was a boxing fan and his fights was 2 guys clubbing each other. They standing in front of you. That's the kind of fights you going to get, man. And Bobby Chacon versus Rafael Bazooka Limon, Castillo versus Corrales. These are some of the best fights that you'll ever see, man. But Foreman and Lau, I call that the elevator fight because they was up and down.
Yep. Man, hold on one second. So it's just difficult. It's difficult to narrow it down. You know what I mean? I can't because you show me a fight, of Floyd Miller and Gotti, you know, Floyd Miller and Corrales or Ray Leonard, and you know, like these fights, man. I even love the fight Trinidad and Oscar De La Hoya. All of these fights, man. They it's hard for me to say this is my. It depends on the mood I am. Dewan Roberts, brother in the super chat again. He said, "Salute, Kurt. What is the next move for Edgar Berlanga?" I think it should be. Go ahead, Kurt.
No, go ahead, Blue.
No, go ahead.
I heard it might be Jesse Hart. Yeah, not Jesse Hart. I'm not too big on Jesse Hart. Or then I'll keep hearing Rosado name pop up. Now for business, I will try to match up Berlanga and Rosado and put it in Madison Square Garden. This is hypothetical for Puerto Rican Day Parade Festival that weekend because it's tradition for business. Or somebody like let me see, Gabriel, but that's a dangerous fight because if Gabriel come to fight, that's a dangerous fight. I've seen weaknesses in Berlanga. The kid is strong and has heavy hands, but he was running out of gas, and because punchers don't usually get better. Boxers get better. Punchers, they rely on aggression and power. Some do, but most of the time they don't. Trinidad never got better. He was in boxing. You are who you are. Ernie Shavers never got better because they rely on one thing. So we got to keep an eye on Berlanga. If Nicholson was a little better, because he was popping Berlanga with the jab all night, but he didn't have the IQ to keep that up. His legs wasn't there anymore. But I would say, if not Jesse Hart, Rosado, or I would love to see David Lemieux, but that's not going to happen. But probably Jesse Hart or Rosado, either or. Because now, as a young fighter, you need to get some rounds in. It's good for him to get some rounds in. Now, you don't get paid for overtime. You knock somebody out in the first round, you knock them out. But he is too reliant on his punch, and down the road, it's going to cost him.
I want to see the Gabe Rosado fight, Puerto Rican Day. That's what I want to see. Gabe Rosado is crafty. Gabe Rosado is slick if he wants to be. He's a true test. Salute to that guy George, brother in the super chat. Much love to you, great brother. Appreciate you. William Old School out there. What's going on? Salute to the Vince Williams, Donald Favors. What's going on with y'all, man? That guy George. Salute to my brother, that guy George in the super chat. Much love to you, great brother. Zoom Verse, what's going on? Ruben Langford, what's going on? Big Brother in Life, what's going on? Joe H, what's going on? Saeed Gore, my brother in the super chat, dropping that halfer. Duh! Onus in the super chat. He said, "What's up, Blue? Keep grinding, brother. Salute to you, great brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate you." Salute to Jafari Season in the super chat. Breaking news: negotiations have finalized a mega showdown between Terence Bud Crawford and Virgil Tibbs at the Sparta Dome, June 19th. Kurt, man. Only our chat. Only our family, Kurt.
I know.
Only our family, man. Our family and our chat, Kurt. Only ours, man.
Virgil
Jermaine B.
Tibbs,
Go ahead, Kurt.
ain't that Sidney Poitier's character?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah.
Only our chat.
Only us, Kurt. Jermaine B, my brother, back in the super chat. He said, unless that fight 8 rounds, Berlanga won't last versus Gabe Rosado. Man, I like Edgar Berlanga. Man, smash the like button. Get the likes to 1K. Obviously, he got a lot to work on. He dropped him 4 times, Kurt. He showed durability too. His shin, you know what I mean? Because Damon Nicholson was landing some big punches on him, Kurt, especially in the pocket.
Yeah, it all it's going to depend on his improvement as you go along, man. Because as you step up in competition, them punches ain't going to get home. He's offensive. He's aggressive. And people was in the audience talking about him and Canelo, what could be down the road already. But another year and a half, I would love to see him in Benavidez, man.
Mm-hmm. Solo Production, brother, back in the super chat. He said, I can watch the Errol and Porter fight all day. I think that was Earl's toughest fight. Oh, for sure. And that was another exciting fight. Another exciting fight, man. Love that fight.
Good fight.
They delivered, man.
Good fight.
They delivered, Kurt.
Sure did. Good fight. I didn't know it was going to be that good. Good fight.
Me neither. That's going to be an all-time great fight. We always going to be able to go watch that fight and be like, man, this was entertaining, man. Great fight, man. Shogun 76, Joe Davis 2310, Saeed Shakur, my brother, Sway Shakur, Fat Cat Shadow Boxing, Sir Dante Fox. What's going on with y'all, man? I know I haven't gotten to all my peoples in the building, man, but salute to y'all. Tay Brown, peace of blessings, Queen. I saw you in here. Joe H, what's going on? Yeah, that was a great fight. I could watch that fight all the time. But yeah, obviously he has some things to work on. Smash the like button, people. Get the likes to 1K. Get the likes up to 1K. He got some things to work on, but I was impressed because I told everybody he was going to get out the first round with Damon Nicholson. I knew that wasn't going to be the case. He wasn't going to walk right through him. No. But it was a great test. You know what I mean? And he did show, like you said, Kurt, punches never really improve. Marvin Rollins Jr., what's going on? And he did show issue with his stamina. And Kurt, you think it's issues with the stamina? Why my screen just blinked? It's issue with the stamina because they load up?
Absolutely, because most boxers don't get tired like that. It's a different type of fatigue. Most punchers, George Foreman against Ali, other punchers, Ernie Shavers was no good after 6 rounds. If he don't get you in 6 rounds, he gas out. There's been boxers who have stamina problems. Caleb Plant, Zab Judah, but most of the times it's punchers because they load up, and it takes a lot out of you when you load up and you miss.
Hey, and Kurt, what's amazing though? Now that you say that, Deontay Wilder don't have that issue.
No, he's a different type of knockout, but he sets up his punches, and people don't give him enough credit for that. My favorite knockout with Wilder is Spilka. That was a beautiful knockout. He sets it up. He just, Berlanga was throwing caution to the wind, and he was over anxious. And you can't do that. You can't not be overly aggressive because people can use it against you, like Bernard did against Tito Trinidad. And Trinidad never corrected certain flaws he had. That's why he lost to Roy Jones, Winky Wright, and Bernard. They all were A+ boxers, and his father never corrected his flaws. Never.
Mm-hmm. Devin Blocker, what's going on? Sean Gibson, what's going on? Yeah, I found that amazing that Deontay Wilder doesn't have that issue. Jay Gibson, what's going on? But he's so athletic, right? He's different.
Exactly. That's and that's the different thing. But there's different types of knockout punchers. Tommy Hearns, Wilder's in that class because he could set the knockout out or a knockout up. And Hearns was probably the best knockout artist because he sets his punches up. He threw that left hook to the body. I always wanted Deontay Wilder to get a secondary punch. It didn't have to be hard, but a punch that could set up his right hand. Mike Tyson early in his career, he used to set up his punches, and then you got George Foreman, who was just heavy-handed,
Mm-hmm.
and Ernie Shavers, and Sonny Liston was smart too. He don't get enough credit. He used to draw you in, then lay the boom on you. So
Mm-hmm.
there's different types of KO artists.
You think it has to do with their physique too? Like it's just natural physique. Like they're not. Deontay Wilder doesn't need to add muscle, like lift weights, and you know what I mean. He's just like a basketball player physique.
Yeah, those are the guys that punches hard. The lean. My father used to call them Cadillac dudes. The lean, long guy. Deontay Wilder, Tommy Hearns, Bob Foster was a deadly puncher. He was skinny. So Felix Tito Trinidad. There was a guy named Crisanto Espana who knocked out Mildred Taylor. These guys were punchers. They was lean. They wasn't big muscle. Then you got George, who was big and never lift weights. Mike Weaver, Ken Norton, those are genetics.
Mm-hmm.
George Foreman was a brute, man. He was just big, and
Mm-hmm.
and he said he never lifted a weight in his life. He had that country Texas strength, and we seen what his hands could do.
Yeah, that's that Deontay Wilder. That's that Southern. They're just big guys, right? They just is where is that's South. I guess it's the work that they do, right? Lifting the way they, their everyday life.
Yeah, man, genetics is something like it must be something in the water down there because Ernie Shavers, Joe Louis, and Deontay Wilder from Alabama. So you talk about three of the hardest punchers ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's wow, man. That is wow, Kurt. Man, oof.
It's something you born with. Julian Jackson, Gerald McClellan was another one. He wasn't a big guy. He was lean.
Right,
Sandy Sattler, 103 knockouts in 13 years. He was lean.
right.
But boy, can they punch.
They sure can. Sure can. Now, Kurt, let's get into the topics, right? Did you see all of the talk with Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, and Manny Pacquiao over the weekend?
Yeah. I seen some videos and nothing is coming to fruition. Yes, I did see it.
Yeah, it's in the beginning of the show, I had to say I stand corrected because from my sources and the reports is that Terence Crawford wouldn't sign that 80-20 split. So I was saying, how could you take an 80-20 split with Errol Spence? I mean, with Manny Pacquiao, but won't take a 60-40 split with Errol Spence. And according to reports, they saying he wouldn't even sign. He wasn't comfortable. And I don't know how true it is, but this is what I'm being told. He wasn't comfortable going to Abu Dhabi. And, he wasn't comfortable with the 80-20 split. So, not that he's right, Kurt? Big George 850, what's going on? Gaia Universe, what's going on? University, what's going on? It's not that he's right, Kurt. Fly High 89, what's going on? But I feel like okay, he's standing on the square all the way around. So he's not picking and choosing who he wants to do it with. You know what I mean, Kurt? So he's actually he's just standing on his square all the way around. Whether it's Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying? So I stand corrected. I said I stand corrected because I was saying, man, how you going to stand on your square with Errol Spence but not Pacquiao for the better part of 6 years? Well, apparently he's not willing to take 80-20. So that leads me to believe. Remember, Kurt, Bob Arum said he's difficult to work with. So I'm wondering if he's saying, listen, I want the Pacquiao fight, but I need this, this, and this. You know what I mean? And Bob is like, it's just not happening. But what you think? Me personally, Kurt, I was happy. I'm like, good. Because Pacquiao, Kurt, is holding up boxing. And then today, his team, his legal team puts out a statement, and they said, you know, essentially they letting Bob Arum and Top Rank know and everybody else that they're not negotiating with Errol Spence and to stop putting out the he's trying to fight this person and that person and dates, and so they wasn't happy campers. But I take it like this. Okay, if that's the case, what's the holdup? Go ahead and retire now. You know what I mean? Go ahead and retire. What are we doing here? How do you go from he can't fight in the States, trying to fight Crawford in Abu Dhabi, according to the reports, to, wanting to fight Errol Spence July in the States? What, I'm confused. And if none of this is the case at all whatsoever, Kurt, then you're holding up the sport either which way. Either which way. Because I'm looking at it like this, Kurt. You're trying to do what Floyd Mayweather doing, exhibition style, but you just can't come out right out and say you're doing exhibitions. That's how I'm looking at it. You can't come out because he's a big name. He's a huge name, but he can't just start doing exhibitions and get the money Floyd Mayweather getting. That's not going to happen. You see what I'm saying, Kurt? But in the same token, that's essentially what he's doing. He's doing exhibitions, Kurt. But what's your thoughts? Let me get to Sir Dante Fox in the super chat first. Salute to the brother Sir Dante Fox in the super chat. What's good, Blue and Kurt? Didn't you have Nicholson on the show a couple of months back and he was looking for a fight? Was the Edgar fight short notice? Yeah, we had him on, and it was that same week, right, Kurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. Mm-hmm.
It was like maybe 2 days later. He got the phone call. So it wasn't that short. It wasn't short notice. It wasn't short notice, but I'm proud that he showed the heart that he did. That's gonna get him another big fight too. It's gonna get him another big fight. Whether he's the barometer, you know what I mean, to see if you, because getting to the 8th round with Edgar Berlanga, and testing him and things of that nature, well, that's going to mean a lot. You know what I mean? That's going to get a lot of big fights because people are going to be like, let's see if he can get past Damon Nicholson. You know what I mean? So, yep. and if he stay on his A game and is able to, upset the apple cart, well, he can make a name for himself like Orlando Salido did against Juanmar Lopez. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, Kurt, so what's your thoughts on that with Terence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao?
Well, I'm surprisingly Manny's acting like a diva, sort of. He's holding up boxing. He's holding up one of the best divisions in boxing. And I got a feeling he's enjoying it, man. First it was McGregor, then it's Mikey Garcia, and then it's Terence Crawford, then it's Errol Spence Jr., and it's nobody. It's like he's playing musical chairs, man. I don't like it. I just wish, and he's shown a little selfishness. I just wish he would retire. He has nothing else to prove. So just let somebody else has their turn, man. So, I'm sick of the Mayweather and Pacquiao era, man. It should be over once and for all. I don't want to see no exhibitions or anything. I don't know who's this guy going to fight, but I'm glad Terence Crawford stood on his square and didn't accept the offer. No American star fighters, I'm telling you now, if you're listening, no American fighters, star fighters, should ever fight in foreign countries because they can't wait to rob you. I'm, t- I'm telling you that now. They
Mm-hmm.
begged Floyd to fight in England. They begged him to fight in England. And Floyd was like, no, because look what happened to him and Roy Jones in the Olympics. Roy supposed to have fought Darius Mikushevsky overseas. They was throwing a lot of money at him, and Roy never went for it because they want they cannot wait for a big American star to be over there. And if the fight is remotely close, don't have to be close. He's going to get robbed.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they got to get a knockout. Now, we did get Terence Crawford, Errol Spence. They beat Kell Brook, but he stopped Kell Brook. If that fight would have went to the 12th round, Kell Brook would have won the fight, Kurt.
And I remember when Whitaker got ripped off against Ramirez. Whitaker won like 9 rounds, 10. It was
Mm-hmm.
such a robbery, man. It was outrageous. And that's what they're banking on. They want a big star like Mayweather or somebody big that come overseas, to go overseas and fight their fighter just so they can have the notch on their record. We upset so and so. Deontay Wilder fighting overseas. We beat Deontay Wilder. I wouldn't trust it. So I'm glad Terence Crawford standing on his square. Too much on his square when it comes to Spence, but nonetheless, against Pacquiao, didn't accept the offer. Not comfortable fighting over there. So I'm glad.
Mm-hmm. Salute to brother Idris Mateen in the super chat. He says, salute to you, great brother. Much love to you. TR, my brother in the super chat, he said Pac-Man is not worth 40 million anymore. Facts. I mean, they worth whatever you negotiate, but no, man. No. Oh, I need 40 million. Oh, I need like, come on, man. Come on, man. And my thing is, when they said that he was turning, salute to my brother Galvatron. What's going on with you, great brother? When they started saying that he wanted to turn his attention to Errol Spence now, since Terence Crawford didn't want to sign the contract and so on and so forth, they turned their attention to Errol Spence. No, man. Why? When you had a belt, Errol Spence wasn't on the radar. Now Errol Spence is on the radar. Now you don't have no belt. No, that shouldn't be the case at all whatsoever.
Hey, Blue.
Pardon me. What you say, Kurt?
Somebody, I was looking at the chat, and the name, who was that? Troy Bates said, "You can't accept that a non-American boxer is more famous around the world," and it's Pac laughing out loud. Oh boy.
Who's more famous? Smash the like button. Get the likes to 1K, people. Who's more famous? Who? Salute to the brother Idris Mateen back in the super chat. Pat keeps getting thumped on the head. There will be nothing left to run his country.
You can't. You can't say nothing bad about Pac. Like he can't do no wrong. But Blue and chat, listen. There's been more famous fighters than Pac. This ain't nothing new for us, me or whoever. We had a guy at Ali, Mayweather and Pacquiao fought. Who was the A side?
Right.
Mike Tyson just for the exhibition. I don't think Pacquiao more famous than him.
Right.
I mean, no, they think we're hurt when a non-American do something great. They think the American fans be hurt, but boxing is a global sport, and I accept any fighter. Doesn't matter where he's from. Pac has been great for the sport, but not now. He's acting, selfish right now, and this part, the twilight of his career. He's been great for the sport, but he's holding the sport up now. I want him to retire.
Yeah. Salute to Sweet Jones in the super chat. Bob saying Bud is difficult to work with. Maybe he's not going for the BS, and Bob don't like having to really work. Bob is a straight. Hey. Well, Bob is a promoter, and they all. And yeah, I look at it and I say, well, maybe that is the case. Terence Crawford, like, listen, you know what? I'm tired of taking, back seats. You know what I mean? I'll take a pay cut, but I ain't taking that amount of a pay cut. That's a huge pay cut, Kurt.
Yeah, it is. 20%. Woof.
Come on, man. That's enormous. Like, come on.
Beyond Above Media says the Klitschko's shut down American heavyweights for a decade, but yeah, Beyond Above Media, there's been about 50 American heavyweight champions. Count them, over 50.
What are you doing? Go ahead, Kurt.
I got it. That's a lot. So I'm happy with the legacy that American heavyweights, and I don't care where you're from, but you're writing in the chat. We had over 50 heavyweight champions, man. That's a whole lot. So I'm happy with that. But people they got their own opinions and stuff.
Well,
People
that's the
let
thing.
their emotions get the best of them.
Well, that's the thing, Kurt. It's not opinion. This is just fact. I mean, it just is what it is. It's common to us. It's not common outside of the sport. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Klitschko's, just take into consideration. Yeah, they was dominating that era, right, Kurt? But the heavyweight division was no longer viewed. It watered it down. It was boring. They didn't bring excitement to it. It was boring. Nobody wanted to watch the heavyweight division no more. It was like, man, these dudes are. It was boring. They didn't bring excitement. Deontay Wilder revitalized the heavyweight division. He brought excitement because, see, that's the difference between the styles of fighting, right? That's the difference. It's a completely different style. It's just different. There's no flash. There's no flair. There's no excitement. And remember, they was getting knocked out as well.
Yeah, they was losing. They act like they were undefeated for a decade. The Klitschko's was losing. I don't care where they from, Longs. It's boxing. If they make it exciting, I don't care if they from the island of Guam. I'm going to watch. Hey, if Fury wound up fighting Joshua as an American fight fan, I'm happy. I'm interested in the fight, and I'm ordering on pay-per-view. So there's no bias here. I'm gonna be right on my couch, highly anticipating Fury and Joshua. I look forward to that. The boys fought. The boys fought Joyce. I was into that fight. 2 Brit heavyweights. I was into it.
Mm-hmm. It just the thing is, when it comes to there's the people have a hard time understanding there's no comparison. It's not. Right? It's like this, right, Kurt? We compare the Knicks brand to the Lakers brand, right? And how the Knicks brand is big, just as big as the Lakers brand, if not bigger. But when you look at the actual when you look at the actual dominance of the sport, it's not even close. It's not even close, Kurt. The Knicks won how many championships? 2?
2, 3. If I'm mistaken, one. They
Yeah.
won in 73. 1, 2, 3. Lakers got what? 17.
Yes.
Yeah, about 17.
Yeah, it's like it's not even close. It's not even,
And it's not close. When now in England, I'm a big soccer fan. Manchester United is huge. Dallas Cowboys huge. New York Yankees, Chicago Cubs. Teams like that. Are huge, man. The Lakers, the Celtics, even college football. Notre Dame is the cathedral of college football. But America, you got to understand, non-American fans out there, that America is the number one media market. And if you want to launch big ships, you got to go where the water is deep. And the water is real deep in America. So, Manny Pacquiao came over here and became an icon. But, people was comparing him to Muhammad Ali. That drove me crazy. He's nowhere near, but he became an icon. But we had famous fighters. Sugar Ray Robinson, people don't realize how famous he was, man. And you got Floyd Mayweather and Sugar Ray Leonard, But I'm not biased. I root for Americans, but I also root for everybody because I just want to see good fights. In my library, I have all fighters around the world, And plus, not to be arrogant, but the Mexican, Puerto Rican, Asian, I know more about they fighters than they do.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's about, we love the sport of boxing first. Deshaun Jones, he said, relax. The Lakers, Knicks are nowhere near close, relax. Brother, Deshaun Jones, the brands outside the ring. Salute to Cromel. Cromel, what's going on? I'm talking about the brand outside the ring. Outside the sport, the brand. He said the New York Red Wings are more popular. Man, I don't know what rock you live under. The New York Knicks brand is just as big as the Lakers, if it's not bigger. Am I right, Kurt?
Mm-hmm. The brand, not accomplishments. The brand, the franchise. How much the franchise, the brand is worth.
The Knicks are still worth more than the Lakers right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they say in the NBA, it's a great thing. The NBA ratings are much higher when the Knicks are relevant compared to any other team in the NBA. When the Knicks are relevant and looking to make the playoffs, the NBA ratings are that much higher. That's why when you watch these sporting channels, they say ESPN and all that, the NBA is much better off when the Knicks are relevant. Yes, because they elevate the ratings. The brand of the New York Knicks is just as big as the Lakers, if not bigger. The team, the Knicks are worth more than the Lakers right now, I believe. Dog Money, my brother in the super chat. American heavyweights turned into NFL linebackers. That's for sure. And defensive linemen. Got paid more. It just, we got more interested in other sports, especially when you had big guys able to compete in these other sports and be nimble, like Shaq in the NBA. Well, big guys can make it in the NBA and play like Shaq. Oh man, big dudes can make it in the NFL and get paid, be multimillionaires. Oh man, I'm going to NBA, NFL. You know what I mean? Oh, big guys are playing baseball, 6'10", 6'7", 220 pounds, 230 pounds, and they playing baseball. and baseball is the highest sport, you get paid the most, I'm going to baseball. Chili Chills, brother in the super chat. Catch weight at 160. Tony Harrison versus Caleb Plant. I'm going Caleb Plant. And I'm going Caleb Plant because Tony Harrison just have these lapses, man. He has these lapses. What you think, Kurt?
Caleb Plant, fighters have lapses like Harrison is dangerous. Perella improved, but he should have beaten Perella. I mean, it was a draw, but I don't like that. I mean, I gave him a pass because his father passed away and stuff. He had things on his mind, but I'll go with Caleb Plant over Tony Harrison.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But always get these phone calls. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, Kurt. The Los Angeles Lakers, right, Kurt? The New York Knicks are worth. So for somebody laughing, right? The brother was laughing. He said the Knicks are worth more than the Lakers, and he put the laughing emoji. So let me enlighten y'all. The Los Angeles Lakers are not even at number 2. The Golden State Warriors top the Los Angeles Lakers at number 2. They leapfrogged the Lakers at number 2. When they did the estimate in February of 2021, they did the estimate. The Golden State Warriors brand is more than the Los Angeles Lakers. The Warriors are at 4.7 billion. That's their brand, their worth. The New York Knicks are at 5.2 billion. They are number 1. The Warriors at number 2, and then the Lakers are at number 3.
I'm shocked at Golden State being number 2. I didn't see that coming. Woof.
So they're not even at number 2. So while y'all was laughing and saying the Knicks are at, the Knicks, the New York Knicks brand, not the Knicks team, not the accomplishments, the brand. Madison Square Garden is the most famous arena in the world. In the world. New York is the unofficial capital of the world. So the Golden State Warriors come in at number 2 at 4.7 billion. The Knicks come at number 1 at 5.1 to nearly 5.2 billion. And the Los Angeles Lakers come in at number 3. So there you have it. So while you're laughing and saying, oh, the Knicks, Jamal Wright, what's going on? Grind Hard Sports Nation, what's going on? Jizz Daddy, what's going on? While y'all was laughing, talking about East Oakland 3500, what's going on? John Kramer, what's going on? Klotz, what's going on? Kerry Williams, what's going on? While y'all was laughing, saying, oh, this guy said the Knicks. This guy said the Knicks. Nobody wants to play for the Knicks. It's not about that. See, y'all get stuff deal with facts out of feelings. Facts over feelings. Stop talking about. We're not talking about. We're not talking about what the accomplishments is. We're not talking about. Yeah, the Lakers is not even close. That's what I was saying, right? The brand outside of the sport, the New York Knicks brand outside of the sport, is bigger than any other team in the NBA, and they only won 2 championships. Or 3. I think they won 2, right? They won 73 and 76. They may
Did
have
they
won.
win? No, they didn't win 76. Did they? No.
No, they didn't win 76?
No.
What they won? 7? Let me look at it.
I'm guessing 71, 73.
They won 70 and 73.
Okay, I was off a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, 70, 73.
Yeah. 70
Two.
and 73. 2 championships.
Man, that's all they have.
And look at their brand. And the Lakers 17. And go figure, the Celtics is not. We ain't even talking about the Celtics, and they got the most championships. Let that sink in, Kurt.
Mm-hmm.
The Celtics got more championships than the Lakers, and the Lakers brand is still bigger than the Celtics. It's the brands. And the era, the Warriors got lucky in their era because they came in an era where social media is huge. And so with Steph Curry hitting these threes and all of that, it makes their brand bigger. And now they got that new arena and all of that, just made their brand bigger.
Yeah, because when they was winning championships, I was really into the Golden State Warriors because of the style they played. It was fast-paced threes everywhere, up and down the court, fast break. It's the style of play was very exciting. It reminded me of the old ABA teams and this Curry and Thompson putting on 3-point shooting exhibitions. I was like, man, that's not my team. I'm a Bulls fan, but man, they was exciting to watch.
Yeah, man. Wait, the Celtics only got 16 championships.
Yeah, I know it was close. I know it was either
Yeah,
16
why?
or
I don't know
17.
why I said why I thought they was 18. That's the how many the Yankees got, Kurt?
27.
27, yeah.
It don't look like they winning nothing this year either.
Yeah, they said that Lakers they tied up. I lose track. Salute to my brother Iron Eagle in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. He said, I already wiped my feet blue. Keep giving them that work. Salute to you, great brother. Appreciate you. Hey, did I miss a super chat before that too? I feel like I did. Feel like I did. Yeah, appreciate you, Iron Eagle. Much love to you, great brother. Yeah, smash that like button, people. Jafari Caesar, my brother in the super chat. We tied with the Celtics. Put some respect on Lakers. Yeah, well, your brand still ain't that big. What'd he say on Martin? And your stuff ain't that fly either.
Blue. I'm gonna say this about playing for the Knicks and the Lakers, Knicks and the Yankees. Like free agency, like a lot of players turned down New York because of the pressure of winning in New York. Because here they will eat you up and spit you out. Mike Lupica used to get on people's nerves. He was a famous sports writer in New York, and there's been superstar players who played for the Yankees and didn't pan out. And every time he came to the plate, they got booed. A lot of players don't want to play in New York because of the pressure.
Yep. Chicago Golden Gloves said I missed the super chat. Oh, I sure did, great brother. Sure did. Salute to his brother Chicago Golden Gloves in the super chat. He said the Andy Ruiz fight doesn't belong on pay-per-view. I agree. Kurt, what is that even a discussion?
Oh no, man! I'm still baffled about that being on pay per view. Oh, they must like Andy or Chris Ariola. No way. That's a Fox 5 fight. Speaking of fights, that this weekend, and we got Chisori and Parker, right? That fight don't belong on no pay per view, man.
Pay per view, Kurt.
I'm not ordering. Nah, that's okay. I have to pass it up.
Pay-per-view. Come on, man.
That's a good Fox 5 fight that should have been on network TV.
Yeah, I love it on network TV, but pay-per-view? No. No.
Go figure.
No, man. It's an action-packed fight, but I think that should be a afternoon, mid-Saturday afternoon fight.
Yeah.
Not pay-per-view. Chili Chills, brother, back in the super chat. He said, how do y'all think a fight with Nigel Benn and Roy Jones would have played out? And you missed my super chat. You missed my super chat. Roy Jones versus Andre Ward at 160. No, I didn't miss it. I read your super chat, great brother. I read the first one. Nigel Benn and Roy Jones. Roy Jones wins that fight, man. Roy Jones at his prime was an anomaly, man. He was special. Roy Jones and Andre Ward, I'm going on Roy Jones as well because, Andre Ward is not. He's very technical. It'll be a close fight. It'll be a technical fight, but Roy Jones' ability, his athletic ability, his explosiveness, his power, man, his foot speed. Neither one. What you think, Kurt?
Well, Roy Jones versus Nigel Benn, and this may surprise people. Jones knocks Ben out in 5 or 6 rounds. Ben too aggressive, leaves himself open for. That's why he never wanted to fight Roy. Roy and Eubank stayed away from James Toney and Roy for good measure. I don't blame him, but Roy would have knocked Ben out, and Roy beats Andre Ward. Roy was just something different. Spectacular fighter, man. He was so fast. It looked like he was hitting you with 3 boxing gloves in his prime, man. I like Roy at 168. He was unreal, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just too gifted, man. Too gifted. Idris Mateen, brother, back in the super chat. He said Knicks have the most loyal fans in the sport, but I'm a Bulls fan. Me too. I'm a Bulls fan too.
Me 3.
Yep. Love the Chicago Bulls, man. But we can't deny that brand, man. When Madison Square Garden is going, Combo Breaker 99, what's going on? Man, when Madison Square Garden in the playoffs, just to be around, Kurt, tell him, just to be around Madison Square Garden when the playoffs
Listen,
is going.
it was nothing better in basketball when the Bulls played the Knicks at the Garden and Michael Jordan was coming to the Garden.
Woof.
It was unreal. You could feel the tension. You could feel the excitement. Everybody was talking about the Bulls and the Knicks. Here we go again. It was unbelievable. When Michael Jordan came to the Garden, oh man, it was magic. It was the perfect storm. Knicks was good. You got to see Jordan play, man. Or when Larry Bird uh, came to the Garden or Magic Johnson, it was something different about being in Madison Square Garden. I don't care if it's boxing. I don't care if it's the Rangers, the Knicks, the Madison Square Garden. It was just you could feel it. It's the ghost of great events past. When you're in that building, you could feel a certain type of presence. It had a certain different aura.
Mm-hmm.
The old Yankee Stadium was the same way.
Same way. But Kurt, tell him just to be, you don't even have to go in it, just to be around it.
Man, man, it's just something about that building, man, that
Man,
sometimes things just work. It was just great being the Knicks. Anything at the Garden was great. Concerts, music concerts I used to go to. It was
mm-hmm.
just something different. It didn't matter the event, sports
Yep.
or non-sports. It was just being in there. Like I said, you could feel a certain type of presence.
Man, just to be downtown, the restaurants, the bars, the excitement, that nothing like it, man. Salute to Chili Chills in the super chat. He said Roy Jones versus Sugar Ray Leonard, Kurt.
Roy Jones, I like Leonard.
Because Sugar Ray Leonard is big enough and quick enough. You know, they the same size essentially. So
because remember Roy had a tough time with the real good box of the very underrated Montel Griffin. I know he dispatched him in the second fight with ease, but the first fight he was giving Roy all kind of problems, and we see what Tony Tarver did to Roy. But Leonard was just a special fighter, man. Special fighter.
Yep. Marky Dan 123, brother, back in the super chat. He said, "No cap, I have Roy Jones over Sugar Ray Robinson in my all-time pound for pound list." What you think, Kurt?
He has a right to his opinion, but not me. I don't think you realize how great Robinson, because you didn't see him. You seen Roy, so and I understand that it may sway your opinion to him because we've seen Roy on HBO. We've seen him on Tuesday Night Fights, but we never got to see the best of Sugar Ray Robinson because they didn't have film of him as a welterweight. But I just want to throw this out there real quick. Do you think Roy can go 129-1 with 85 knockouts?
Right.
That was Ray in his prime, first 11 years. Do you think Roy could win 91 fights in a row? He did that, Ray Robinson.
Fat Cat Shadow Boxing, brother in the super chat. He said, fantasy fight. Who wins, Jamel Charlo versus Errol Spence Jr.? Yeah, that's a interesting fight. But I think Errol Spence win. I think Errol Spence is very, very versatile, man. But Jamel Charlo is very big, man. So I don't know, man. I think that would be a boring. I don't know, man. Part of me feel like it might be a boring fight, but another part of me feel like Jamel Charlo is big, man. What you think, Kurt?
I like Jamel Charlo over Errol Spence. Not because Errol Spence is a very good fighter, getting better each time he fights. After a car accident, looked very impressive. But right now, the way Charlo is fighting, man, I don't see him losing to anybody right now. Anybody, he's hot right now, man. He's beating top level competition, and I think he's gonna knock out Castano. I really do. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I see him doing that.
Yeah, I think he's gonna knock out Castano as well. Yeah, Kurt. I think he's big, man.
Yeah, but he's such an evenly balanced fighter. Punch.
He don't have a lot of flaws. He don't have flaws. He don't make a lot of mistakes. He's technically sound.
Yeah, he in the mark of a real good fighter when you could knock fighters out with a lot of different punches. I see him knock people out with right hands, left hooks, uppercuts, combinations and stuff, and double left hooks, like how he got Harrison out of there. When you could do that, man, he could box. He has a meanness to him. He has the intangibles. I'm high on Charlo. The way he's fighting right now, it's gonna be tough to beat him, man.
Devon Roberts, he said, "How is y'all opinion about Mike Tyson if Custom Auto never transitioned? I believe he would have been the greatest. Supreme focused. I don't think he would have been the greatest. He still had flaws, man. Mike Tyson still had flaws. Great fighter, even with Cuss, but he had flaws, man. Not the greatest. What you think, Kurt?
He would have been better. Mike Tyson was a really good fighter. I struggle with myself because one part says overrated because his name was so big, but that was a different Mike Tyson, man. The early Mike Tyson from 85 to 88, when he could transition from offense to defense, slip punches, throw quick combinations, like when he fought Tony Tubbs, that was the best look at Mike Tyson I've seen. That Mike Tyson but we never got to see the best of him because after the Spink fight, it was all downhill from there. Remember, he got stung against Frank Bruno. He just stopped doing the things that made him a good fighter. He would improve. He wasn't the greatest, but Mike Tyson would have been dangerous for anybody. It's sad that we never got to see the best of Mike.
Yeah, but as far as him being the greatest, no.
No. Ali, hands down against Cleveland Williams. I never seen anything like that before.
Mm-hmm. William Old School on that. My brother in the super chat. Dolan is the reason no one comes to the Knicks. That's a fact.
Yeah, right. Well,
That's a fact. That's a factual statement right there. It's unbelievable, man. It is. It really is, man. Chili Chills, my brother in the super chat. I might sound for saying this, but I thought Tony Harrison beat Jamel Charlo in the first fight. I feel Jamel has to give him a trilogy. I thought Jamel, and smash the like button, people. Get the likes to 1.1K. Smash the like button. Get the likes to 1.1K. DOG 215, my brother in the building. What's good? He said, Blue, do you see BC comment? No. I didn't see that, great brother. The Real Marlo TV, what's going on? Beyond Above Media, NO Vativ Sports, what's going on? I didn't see it, great brother. I didn't think he won the first fight. I thought Jamel won the first fight. I think he made it a close fight, but I thought Jamel still edged it out. As far as the trilogy goes, well, we got to see if Tony Harrison can regain the form that he once had. What you think, Kurt?
yeah, because before the Perella fight, he was saying he wanted to fight with Charlo, but with this performance, a draw, he got to do better than that.
Mm-hmm. That wasn't a good performance, but who's BC? Sean Porter lost his mandatory position to Virgil Ortiz. No, I didn't see that. Leon Sterling, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. He said, salute, Kings. I had to pull over 18-wheeler for this boxing fans' appreciation greatness no matter what. He said, Pac-Man cool, but shout out to Gabriel Elordi and Nonito Donaire. No allegations. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he never had any failed tests or anything, but yeah, it was always BC said the news just dropped. No, how could he lose his position? No, he ain't lose his position unless
How can he lose his mandatory? That's
right. No, he can't. He can't lose his mandatory unless he opted to go stay in the WB. Even in that case, Kurt, he would have to pursue the Errol Spence fight fully. No, that's not true, man. That's not true. How would that be the case, Kurt?
yeah. I don't think that's true. He can't just lose. It's mandatory.
Right.
Only when you fight and lose, you drop in the rankings, and somebody else comes up. But you can't. I almost knocked over my phone. But you can't lose your mandatory. No, you stay there until you fight, and if you lose, then you drop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let me look. I mean, I don't put nothing past these sanction bodies, Kurt.
Yeah, you can say that again. That happens, then, man. But they make up the rules as they go along anyway.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me check and see. Anything is possible with these sanction bodies. I'm not surprised. Kurt, they did. They did it, Kurt.
Yeah, but how can
they did it?
Man, Sean Porter gets treated so terribly, man. So Virgil Ortiz is the mandatory?
Yeah,
How can that be?
He's number one.
And what's Sean, number 2?
Yep.
So the hooker fight, they leapfrog Virgil Ortiz over Sean Porter because of the hooker win, maybe.
Yeah, and they moved Mikey Garcia to number 3 now. He was at 4. Jaron Ennis is at number 6 now. But Igor Kavalauskas is at number 5.
Man, the way they treat Porter, man. He didn't do anything to lose that spot, man. Even though the fighter behind him won his fight, Sean, I don't understand it, man. There's always an expendable fighter. They look at him as being expendable. That's what that is. They don't respect him in any way.
None. And Kurt, how is Egan's at number 5? But guys like Ennis, Custio Clayton, Rashidi Ellis, why aren't they above him? He lost. He had an opportunity and lost it.
They still got Sergio Martinez at number 5 as a middleweight, I think.
And this is Oh, BC, you was right, great brother. You was right. Southpaw Boxing Media. Yep, he was right. Southpaw Boxing Media. What's going on? My brother G Al in the building. What's good with you, G Al? Sylvester Solomon, 2011. What's going on, great brother? Man, this is only in boxing. This happens. Only in boxing, man.
I don't understand how they treat Sean Porter, man. Promoters, sanctioning bodies. I mean, they disrespect him from pillar to post, man.
Right. Even if he, why did he have what did he have a time, man? Why did he have a timeline, man? You know what I mean? Like he's in position, he didn't lose it. Man, you can't, man. Beyond above media, my brother in Super Chat, seems like everyone forgot about Lara. Yeah, he didn't completely dominate his last fight, but I've got a feeling he's going to steal the show this Saturday. Oh, I forgot Lara fight this Saturday. He fighting against Lamada, Cornflake, Kurt.
What's that song, Fox?
I don't even know. I don't even know. But Kurt, man, that's disappointing, man. I don't know if Sean Dove said Porter failed to activate his mandatory. Why he had to activate it? When you in that position, activate what?
That's what I would think. You know, you're in that position. I think they're trying to push this kid to be a star, and they look at Sean being expendable because that's the. I can't come up with nothing else. I can't come up with nothing else. Sean gets no respect, man. None.
None. Man, man. Come on, man. Man, only in boxing this happens, man. It's unbelievable, man. Only in boxing. Only in boxing. I mean, you in your position, he ain't lose. Why is he losing his position? Not to mention, Terence Crawford just had a voluntary. So how could he lose his position? He should have a year, right, Kurt? Terence Crawford just had a voluntary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
I want to see Ortiz fight Crawford.
I want to see Ortiz fight Sean Porter.
Mm-hmm. Sean should get a fight like that, but They're going to railroad Sean. I see it now, man. They're going to look at Sean Porter, a thing of the past. They did this to many fighters, man. Yeah, he's good, but there's other people that's hot right now, and we're going to elevate them. That's what the sanctioning body do. That's what they do.
You're saying 007, what's going on? And so the thing is, why does he have to enforce it right now? Why? Like, why is he on the time frame? And they only moved him back one spot. So if that's the case, then why not just move him out the top 10 all the way around? They only moved him back one spot. You see what I'm saying, Kurt? If he failed to acknowledge it, he failed to enforce it, then why didn't they just remove him out the top 10 overall? You only moved him back one spot.
Now, I think they're trying to push this kid Ortiz, man.
Yeah.
They're trying to push him. They see star quality, and I think they're trying to push him.
It's amazing, man. You can't make stuff up, Kurt.
Only boxing.
Only in boxing. Only in boxing, man.
They can do what they want when they want.
And Virgil Ortiz ain't gonna fight Terence Crawford.
And you said Ennis number 6?
Ennis at 6. I like it though. Igis Kavalaskas at 5. Make that fight happen.
Mm-hmm.
Make that fight happen. Smash the like button. Get the likes to 1.1K. Smash the like button. I like that.
I have a feeling. Oh, go ahead, Blue.
No, go ahead.
I have a feeling Ennis is going to wind up fighting Custody or Clayton for some reason.
Yeah, me too. I like that
I
fight.
have a feeling because I just have a feeling.
Mm-hmm. Me too. Non-Ether Media Group. What's going on? But I like that fight too, Kurt.
Mm-hmm.
I like that fight. But I wish you get the Igis Kavalaskas fight. Why is Mikey Garcia there? Who's Mikey Garcia going to fight? He don't want to fight Terence Crawford. He don't want to fight Sean Porter. So why is he there? Is he going to fight Jaron Ennis? No. So
Mike ain't fighting him.
Right? So why is he at number 3? He said he don't want to fight Terence Crawford. He don't want to fight Sean Porter. Who's he gonna fight? He's not gonna fight Virgil Ortiz because Virgil Ortiz is his stablemate. So who's he gonna fight, Kurt?
Yeah.
Why is he there? You can't make this stuff up, man. Only in boxing. Only in boxing this happens. And then at the same token, though, Kurt, you got to blame Sean Porter, right? If he knew he had to activate it.
Yeah. Mm.
If he knew he had to activate it and he didn't do it, then you got to blame Sean Porter as well.
You think that could be the reason?
Yeah, I mean, like what? He had to know the rules, right?
Yeah, I'm quite sure he knew the rules.
So, I mean, activate and make the fight. You say you wanted to fight. What was the plan? Oh, man, that's... What was the plan, Corey? Like
I would like to know.
Yeah, you wanted to fight Terence Crawford. You was in position to do it. You didn't activate it. Now you lost your position? Come on. This is what's wrong with boxing, man. Emmanuel H, my brother in Super Chat, dropping that dub on us in the Super Chat. He said, man, they so disrespectful to Sean Porter, shaking my head. Now if Bud does Ortiz, will he duck Sean Porter or fight him? Blue, I told the wife about the B-Ball channel in the works. She told me she'll watch baby every day. She'll watch the baby every day for me to do it. Hashtag ready. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, because we're gonna make it happen, great brother. We're gonna make it happen. That's what's up. We're gonna make it happen, man. I'm excited to do it too. I'm excited to do that. Jeffrey Brooks, brother in the super chat. He said, I think if Sean activates the mandatory, then it pushes it to a first bid. I believe not for certain. But either which way, like you wanted to fight with Terence Crawford, right? So
Yeah, the
like
thing is, we didn't hear anything.
nothing. Jermaine Bean says Sean didn't want the 75-25 split. Man, oh man. So what was the plan for so is Virgil Ortiz gonna take a 75 that split? Yeah. Can't make this up. Salute, William Old School Ardent. Have a great night, great brother. Appreciate you coming through. Christopher Schaefer, my brother, back in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. He said, I see what's happening, brothers. If there's a feeling that Crawford is leaving, they may put Ortiz against him for the. He said, that's what happened to Pacquiao. I can really see this happening. But I think he'll knock out Ortiz. I think he'll knock out Virgil Ortiz. What you think, Kurt?
Yeah, I think Crawford has too many tools, man. His feet too good, and I don't really like Ortiz defense. I like his offense. He hits hard, hits with intent, throws punches with murderous intentions, but Crawford's just too highly skilled, man. I think Crawford's gonna move and just enough, and I think he's gonna get Ortiz out of there. But I don't know if they're gonna take it because Garcia said they need 4 years to prepare for Ennis. So Crawford has more experience than Ennis. So what they gonna do with Crawford?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said.
Yeah. I would love to know what was the method behind making these changes. Because you only moved them one slot back, Kurt. So what was the point in making the change? You only moved them one slot back. So what was the point? I don't understand. I don't understand, man. Macadocious Mac of the South, Tax Tack. What's going on? B. Martin Jr., Broke Land Blogger. What's going on? Jay Walk. What's going on? My brother Emmanuel H. back in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. He says, salute, Kurt. Didn't show my respects in the first super chat. Question for the historian. Would Ali dominate the heavyweight division in this current era? Also, what fighter do you think can fight in any era? In any and every era?
Well, the first part, the question is, yeah, Ali would be undisputed heavyweight champion given the chance with ease. Don't care how big they are, they just don't have the skills to deal with Ali. They not man enough, which is more important than anything. The content of a man's character is everything, especially for a fighter. Ali will clean up, and he wouldn't even respect anybody today. He would. He called them all kind of names, and he did that before when they was real men. But and the second part of the question, many fighters, Robinson, Ezra Charles, Jersey Joe Walcott, Archie Moore, all of those guys, Charlie Burley, all of those guys could fight in any era because they was great. Willie Pep, because he was such a great boxer. Sandy Sattler, he hit real hard. A lot of
Hey, Kurt, you sound like a robot a little bit.
Oh, I'm leaning over. How about now?
Yeah, you great now.
Yeah, I was leaning over. But yeah, a lot of those guys, those great fighters, because what makes a fighter is a man's will and his character. You know, those guys who are beyond tough, they ain't gonna give up, so they can fight in any era. You know, Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, they will beat everybody today. Or they will be effective in any era.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you this, Kurt. Before we leave, what you think about Errol Spence saying he's focusing on Yordenis Ugas, not Manny Pacquiao?
I like it. Get the belt. You know, Manny don't have a belt. He's a older guy that's on his way out. Don't give Manny the power. If you ignore Manny, maybe Manny would just go away on his own. You fighters like Crawford and Spence, you're giving him too much power. So I like the move. Focus on who's there, which is Ugas. Ugas is the champion. So get his belt and leave Manny alone. Don't even look at Manny. I wouldn't. I wouldn't pay Manny attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I agree, man, because you could carve out your own legacy. They don't need Manny Pacquiao. They don't need him. You know, Francion Arcelius, what's going on? Jeffrey Brooks, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. He said Crawford needs to move up to 154 and fight because Spence is not going to offer his 50-50 at 147. That will great if he's trying to be the A side versus Spence. Oh, that would be great if he's trying to be the A side versus Spence. Yeah, but he would have to go up to 150 and he would have to beat Jamel Charlo. If he go to 150, 154 and fight and beat Jamel Charlo and become undisputed, because by the time he fights Jamel Charlo, it would be for undisputed because Jamel Charlo, like me and Kirk believe, he's going to knock out Brian Castano July 17th. So then he would have to beat Jamel Charlo, become undisputed, and then once he do so, then he would clearly be the A side. They come to 54 because he would have all the belts. So he would have to go through him to become a champion. So, what you think, Kurt?
Yeah, that'd be a great fight because even though I favor Charlo to beat Crawford if he moves up, Crawford ain't laying down for nobody. Charlo gonna have his hands full now, and Crawford could win that fight. But I would like to see Charlo be undisputed. I don't see Castano being. I don't see it being a competitor. I know Castano's gonna try, but his style is now to Charlo. I see Charlo being undisputed. But if Spence and Crawford happen to move up on the next 2 years, 154-pound division can be very interesting. So, let's see what happens with Crawford. It's just a log jam right now because I'm uncertain what these fighters going to do. We know Spence and Ugas is going to fight. That's a given. But we don't know what Crawford's going to do yet.
Mm-hmm. Emmanuel H, brother, back in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. He said, speaking of country strength, it's just how we be eating, bro. I'm from Texas, the country. Natural strength is just different, LOL. Heck, ain't nothing to do except some type of farm work. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's that down south, that south country strength is different, man. I remember my family used to come up here from down south, man. Like, man, what y'all doing down there, man? What's in the water down there? Salute to Sean Dub in the super chat. He said, Kurt, who was rougher, Sandy Sadler or Eusebio Pedrosa?
Oh, Sandy Sattler. Eusebio Pedrosa, the Salvador Sanchez people didn't really want to give Pedrosa a chance. I found out very strange. He begged. He used to call out Sanchez every fight. I want Salvador Sanchez, but they never fought Eusebio Pedrosa because Salvador Sanchez had trouble with tall fighters, and Pedrosa was tall, and they was both champions in the same division, that fight would have been a tough fight for Salvador Sanchez. Pedrosa was a real good fighter, but Sandy Saddler was one of the best punchers, you know, in general, especially in that division. 103 knockouts in 13 years. I would say Saddler.
Salute to Brian Monroe in the super chat. Salute to you, great brother. Much love to you. Appreciate you showing love and supporting the channel and supporting the grind, great brother. Much love to you. Let's get on out of here, Kurt. Let me go ahead and do this. Salute to my brother Terence Bailey Sr., man. Go subscribe to my brother Terence Bailey Sr. on the mic. Salute Just Joe King. Terence Bailey Sr. on the mic with Terence Bailey Sr. Go subscribe to his channel. Support his channel. He also has a historic event that's going to take place July 5th. That's the Monday following the 4th of July. 4th of July falls on a weekend on a Sunday this year. The Monday following, it's going to have a historic event. It's going to be Operation Frederick Douglass on the Hills, a historic mural being painted by world famous painter and artist Michael Rosado and commissioned by the Frederick Douglass family. It will be placed in the oldest African American community in the United States, in the Hill community of Easton, EASTON, Maryland, to be unveiled this summer, July 5th. Please support the effort by donating to the $50,000 goal. Go to Operation Frederick Douglass on the Hill on Facebook. Follow there and donate there. So go to Operation Frederick Douglass on the Hill on Facebook. You can follow and donate there. Also, every Sunday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you could go to It's with a Z, Yours with a Z, Radio, live975.com. Again, it's with a Z, Yours with a Z, Radio, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. every Sunday, live975.com. You could go there, go to Terence Bailey Sr. on the mic with Terence Bailey Sr., and you can go to Operation Frederick Douglass on Facebook and support and donate there. Salute to Emmanuel H. back in the super chat. He said, we be fighting bulls and slap boxing horses. Unreal. He said, no, I'm just playing. Don't want on my butt. Ain't no water down there. Straight protein shakes. Yeah, man. Yeah. But go ahead, Kurt. Close us out, Kurt, and let's get up out of here. Salute to my brother Emmanuel H, man. We're going to have the basketball channel. Kurt, you're going to be joining us on that basketball channel?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I love B-ball, man. Love B-ball.
Yes,
the
sir.
Knicks are winning again. They beating the Suns, but I'm going to get ready to watch that game. But, oh, man, it's been a great talk with boxing, man. Thanks, the chat, the family, for the questions. Thank you for the super chat. Great show, Blue, man. The channel is really popping. Glad to be part of it. It's only Monday. We got a long week ahead. We got some fights this Saturday. We will see you tomorrow with some more great boxing talk. My name is Curtis Anderson, aka Kurt Sugar, and we will see you tomorrow.
Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow us on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Salute Macadocious, Mac of the South, Star City J Walk, Debo AE. What's going on, great brother? DP Rocker, my brother. Salute to each and every one of y'all. We appreciate y'all, man, coming through. Fly High 89, a rated scholar. Salute to you, great brother. Much love to each and every one of y'all. Appreciate y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.